Welcome back into Story Motors Quantum, back into the Wasteland. We are here. Well, Mike's not here. He is off on assignment, trying to find a vault. I told him that there was a vault in Salt Lake City for him to find, and he'll come back next week and let us know what he found. I made it up. There's no vault. Actually, no, there was. We decided there was a vault.
Yeah,
technically.
yeah, there was. Yeah, technically, right?
Yeah. We are joined today by Jason.
What's up, buddy?
a.k.a. I don't know how to. I think I know how to say it, but I don't know if I do.
I do want to know if you're going to say it the way I like to say it or the way other people like to say it. No, there's no shame. As long as I'm not called late to a meal, I don't care what anyone calls me. Try it. Let's see.
So, I'm assuming it's French and it's pronounced Fargassier. Is that correct?
I genuinely, that is a first, and I hate that I was taking a sip of my drink there because everybody else goes Fargassier because I didn't think anything about it being French. Like I'm Southern, so I see. Oh, you know what? Because I got that name. I got Fargassier back when me and my buddies we were working at Miller Lite, and my diet was not great. My diet was very middle 20s diet. So flatulence was my superpower. Still is to this day. And we were picking out characters for each other. And my buddy Ryan looks at me and goes, if Jason has a character name, it's got to be Fargassier because he's gassier than any man that I know. And I'm like, if I ever come back to doing YouTube, the perfect name is one that lets someone know that you don't take yourself serious. Yeah. So I legitimately made my online presence be nothing but a fart joke, and it's a very good test with brands if you tell them that, and they're like, you probably shouldn't tell anybody that, and it's like, we're probably not going to work out.
We're probably not going to
work together because I find fart humor funny, but everybody either calls me Jason or Gassy or Fargassier, but that's. I gotta say that is his first one on that one. So that one actually caught me by surprise. But it's been back doing YouTube now for a few years, about almost 5 years now. And I started in 2009 back in the Wild West days, and I started streaming on a small little platform called Justin TV back in 2011, 6 months prior to it being bought by.
And if anybody out there remembers Justin TV, make sure you take your vitamins tomorrow morning, okay? Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry for the back pain and the knee pain that you have. But it's Fallout's always been the game series that I love. We were talking a little bit before about like Horizon and stuff like. I've always been drawn to post-apocalyptic worlds and just survival games in general. It's Fallout 76 is the game that I predominantly play and cover on the YouTube channel. But I like everything like Forza, Horizon 6.
Oh man,
I'm very excited for that. Fable, I'm very excited for that. But there's so many games that I like to play, but the one I always go back to is to play Fallout 76, just because I have fun with folks.
Let me ask the Reddit questions. Does it still suck? I played it when it first came out. There were no NPCs. It sucked.
It's completely a dead game.
Is it the same?
What? Yeah, no, it's completely a dead game. Nobody plays that.
Nobody plays Fallout 76.
Only weirdos would, make videos on that game. Yeah, no, dude. Because I'm like the power armor helmet that you have behind you. I have it because I was one of those that got the nylon bag, but I also put in the ticket and got my canvas bag.
Yeah, mine are downstairs. Both of them.
The best pickup that I got was from GameStop in Savannah, Georgia. I walked in one day just out of the blue, and I saw the Nuka-Cola Power Armor box. And I was like, hold up. Picked it up, opened it up, smelled like disinfectant. And I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Turned it over. It was $25. And I was like, you're not leaving my hands. Yes, I'm taking you home with me. So, like, sometimes with charities and stuff, with Fallout for Hope, one of the milestones is that I have to put on either the Nuka-Cola helmet, if people want me to risk that, or the other Power Armor helmet, and I have to game for about an hour or two. So
is the Nuka-Cola one? Is that the one that has the mold?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
that's, and that's why I tell people, I'm like, hey, look, I'm willing to risk it. I've got no problem with it.
Yeah,
One bit.
yeah. It's that's anytime I would ask or I would bring up that I've got this, or a lot of times people see the helmet back there, and a lot of people are just like, oh, that's the one that has mold in it, right? And I'm like, no, no, that was a different wearable power armor helmet that had mold. This one's mold free. Don't worry.
At least that we know of currently. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll figure it out. But that was that was such a weird. Fallout 76 had such a weird launch. It like, and honestly, like, it wasn't even no NPCs or anything that I didn't enjoy. It was the community that. It was just if you were streaming or creating content, you would just have because there was no pacifist mode or anything on like that at the first of it. So you just had people rocking up, and I mean it was post-apocalyptic world. PvP is a thing, but like, good lord, you couldn't barely do anything. But yeah, no, it's nice to be back. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I say that as, like I said, somebody who's played a ton of Fallout 76.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Yeah. I understand what they were going for with the whole. There's no NPCs, and you're going to make the story. It's post-apocalyptic and everything. But it was within probably within like 3 or 4 months of the game being out, when they thought, oh yeah, the players are going to tell the stories. They're going to be raiders, and they're going to be killing each other. And they're going to be, doing this. 4 months in, you realize, oh no, it's just a bunch of people who are helping each other and
Have
just
wanted
being
to
super
play
nice.
Yeah, who have wanted to play Fallout with someone else
Yeah,
since the first time that I played Fallout, which was Fallout 3.
yeah.
Like it's like I would be on like because I had an interview with John Rush and Bill Lacoste, and I was telling them I'm
If
like,
you
this
want
is
to, if
going
you
to
can get
date
me
me.
their contact info, by the way, after this, we'll
Oh,
talk
you
later. We'll
can
talk later.
you yeah you can actually hit them. There's dude, they're super like chill on. You can hit them up on Twitter. Like they're
Ma-
super active on there.
anybody watching this who's been following us for a while, we tried. We tried
Really?
for months to try to get a hold of one of them to try to get them on our 76th episode of the podcast,
Yeah.
and just could not get through to any
I
of
mean,
them.
like, yeah, they're
Yeah.
super active. Just like mention them or send
Oh
them
yeah,
a
multiple.
message.
Yeah, Twitter.
Really?
Did a lot of Twitter. Did I went to lengths that I didn't want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just Xbox messages, and
Well, I was gonna
yeah,
say what social media because I dislike social media so
yeah,
much. It's the
yeah.
bane of a content creator's existence is anything social media.
Oh yeah, yeah. Remembering to
Dude,
post shit and
again,
replying. Yeah.
for anyone out there that remembers, and I will never call it X, but if you remember when Twitter became active, even back then it was like, oh, this is the bane of the existence, but you have to use it as a content creator.
Sorry, sorry. Didn't mean to
No,
cut you off
look,
there.
hey, trust me. Oh no, trust me. I got like, no worries. But yeah, no, that's dude. When I tell people the first time I played Fallout was me going to a midnight trip to Walmart after work and just picking up Fallout 3. They're like, "Wait, it wasn't behind a case?" And I'm like, "Oh, you sweet summer child.
Oh,
No,
you sweet, you
no,
sweet baby.
this is when we had TVs above the game racks where you could sit there and get a very bad neck cramp just playing N64, playing GoldenEye, sitting there in Walmart. But yeah, that's dude, reading the back of the cover, I really wish more games did that today. Like I love physical games, but being able to read the back of the cover and be like, okay, this is what, okay, we got some pictures. This is kind of what I'm expecting. Oh, I miss that. Like now everything's pretty much digital. I'm a PC player, so everything's on Steam.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's I miss those days. I
yeah.
definitely miss them.
I think you kind of already answered maybe both questions, or at least the first one. The two questions that we ask all of our guests here. What was your first Fallout, and what is your favorite Fallout?
I did answer both questions.
Yep.
Fallout 3 being my first, and Fallout 76, shocker, is my favorite. I know it's a hot take. Cancel me now, but like yeah, no, it's definitely my favorite because, like I said during the interview with them, is I would be on the like landline with my buddy Ryan back in the day playing Fallout 3, sitting there talking. Then on Fallout New Vegas, we were on Skype, and Fallout 4, we were sitting there chilling, and it's just like, dude, I wish I could just play Fallout with somebody. So when they announced Fallout 76, I'm like, you know what? You got me. I can play Fallout
Yeah.
76 with friends. Okay, you got me.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
it's essentially we're playing Fallout 4 with friends, but just on a different map
mhm.
because it's just that, but
And we don't have anybody asking us about a settlement or anything like that. So we're chilling. We're chilling.
I think there were probably people who at the beginning were like, I'm gonna be a Preston Garvey and I'm gonna be the person
You
running
know
around
that.
talking to people, and then very quickly we're just like, oh, never mind, I'm bored of this. I just want to play the game.
Well, I just wish they had. I just wish they had a push to talk option back then. That would have been great. That
Yeah.
would have been amazing. But I'm glad they have it now. The game is completely got so many different quality of life improvements, and like what the
100%.
team's doing, it's so much better.
Yeah.
It's 100% better than it was.
They even made going to Ohio fun.
How did they do that?
How?
I
Right?
you know can't say that that sounds fun. I've only been there like once or twice. You know, but it is what it is. I
They
can't I
they did
can't.
it. They did it.
Hey, and they brought the Ghoul in. My God,
Yeah.
my Lanta.
That's I've got some hangups with the Ghoul in 76, but that's for the podcast. We can come back around at some point
Hey
there.
there, hey there, killer.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, let me ask you this, because you and I are kind of similar in a lot of ways. Both gingers, born around the
Hmm.
same time, and Fallout 3 was my first one as well. What was it about Fallout? Like, did you see it like in a magazine or something like Fallout 3, and you're like,
No,
I want to try this out? Or
it was purely me out of boredom, just like what
oh, okay.
game looks good. I like
Oh, so
I've
literally just
never
like looking on the shelf, you saw the
I
cover, and you're
yeah
like, let
I
me see what this is.
Yeah, I've
Oh, wow.
never even before that moment heard of Fallout. I'd
Yeah.
never heard of the original games. I wasn't a PC player because my family and computers were very expensive, and my family was like,
Mm.
no, we're not buying a home computer. I had to take a copy of Black versus White. It was like, or what was the old piece? I think it was Black versus White, where you played as a god. It was during the Ultima
Oh,
Online
just black
days.
and white. I think it's just
Black and White,
black and
okay.
white. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But like so I could not run that PC game on the computer
Mm.
we had. I
Mm.
had to take it over to my buddy Ryan's house so I could play it there. And then that's when I got introduced to Ultima Online, and that was the bane of my existence and the crux of me doing anything else with video games because it was that. But like, yeah, no, like it was just sitting there, pulled it off the shelf, and I'm like, oh. I booted it up on the old PlayStation 3. Yes, I was one of those that unfortunately played New Vegas on PlayStation 3 then. But like but yeah, no, it was interesting. It threw me for a loop. I was wrapping my head around it. And I always tell everybody it's the first scene that made me giggle and made me realize that the developer's sense of humor was on par with mine.
Mm.
It's back when, way back in the day, I had a couple of drinks in me, and I opened up the satellite door, and it had those two special words on it, written in green spray paint, and it just said "fuck you," and I was like, you know what? Yeah, okay. All
Yeah.
right, all right, all right.
Yeah.
Let's see what else this game's got. Okay, okay. And since then, I've been hooked. Like it's been my main series, like that I love to death, and will pick up and play, over and over again. Be like a Nelly song
Hell.
from back in the day.
Hell yes. Yeah. I honestly I hadn't heard of it before either, and then just I saw, I think when they did the reveal trailer at like an E3, and it was
Mm-hmm.
the radio in the car as it's panning out and you're seeing the
Mm-hmm.
post-apocalyptic world, and I was like, that thing looks cool. And then when I played it, it was all, or when I first played it, it was by renting the game. We talk about,
Oh,
yeah, going up to the Walmart and seeing, being able to do this,
oh man.
going into a Hollywood video and renting Fallout 3 enough
I
times to where I probably could have bought it like 3 or 4 times.
That was me with Contra. I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times I actually like just extended my rental like every weekend going back to rent Contra just to be like, all right, maybe this weekend, maybe this is the weekend where I beat the game. Nope. Mm-mm.
Nope.
Just
Nope.
a constant ebb and flow of me failing.
Yeah. Fallout's great. Fallout is awesome,
Oh yeah.
and we're in the latter half of Fallout Season 2.
Hmm.
So
That's the
what
that's the that's the worst thing I hate about this series. It
is it? It's going to
ends.
end. Yeah.
It ends.
But hey, at least we already know that there's a season 3 coming.
Very
And if it's anything like season 2, it feels like this came back so much faster than just about any other like streaming show.
No,
This felt more like a network television where like a season ended,
right.
there was a small like there was that in between, and then the new season started, as opposed to
That's
Stranger Things.
one of my buddies told me. He goes, "Man, it just like I don't understand. Like it's been gone so long." And I looked at him and I was like, "What are you talking about? This is fast. This
Oh yeah,
is like this. I didn't expect it for some time, but them to be like already talking about. I think they said May they'll start back filming or something like
yeah.
that. So I'm just like, dude, there's not a lot of downtime, and like I'm all here for it. Like that's especially if we get it around the same release time. You know, the only I will say the thing that I dislike is the release time being like me being East Coast, so it's like 3 a.m.
Ooh, yeah,
So
yeah.
like my wife is like, you better not watch it on your lunch break. You've got to wait till we get home. So that entire day, I'm just like, man, I just want to watch Fallout. Come on, man.
Yeah. I say lucky right now. But I'm in between jobs. Let's say
Hmm.
that. So like Wednesday mornings, it's when it comes out for me, it's like 1 a.m. I'm like, I'm not
Right,
gonna
right,
look. I'm gonna go to bed
right.
because I could put it
Hmm.
on now, but I'll fall asleep. Not because it's boring, just because it's 1 a.m. Um, but I just wake up in the morning on Wednesdays, go right out to my living room, pop on the episode, and that's like the first thing that I do.
During the
Um,
holiday break, because the wife and I both work in education, um, we have those 2 weeks off where we don't have to go back until like January the 2nd or something like
yeah.
that. So every Wednesday morning, that was the ritual. And like the first Wednesday morning, I genuinely have never loved my wife more than I was sitting there. I was like, all right, well, she's probably going to wait a little bit, want to like get her morning coffee and stuff. This woman woke up before me and was like, "Here's your coffee. Let's go watch Fallout." And I was like, "I love you." And I just walked in there with the nectar of gods and sat down on the couch, put a blanket over my legs, and said, "All right," and cuddled up with my dogs and watched Fallout. And I'm like, "Oh, this sucks. I got to wait for another week. Dang it."
Just rewatch it, every day.
I mean, but I do like the weekly episodic releases.
Oh,
I
I'm much
genuinely,
happier with this weekly series. Like, not even just for us to be able to do this, our
right,
weekly thing that we've been doing. Because last season, everything dropped at once, obviously, and then we ended up doing a small little mini series about the episode. We planned to do one episode going over the entire season. We got a couple hours into that one, realized we hadn't finished with episode one, and then we're like, we're
right.
gonna do this in a few times. But making this easier was great. But it is just that uh,
Will they, won't they?
the will they won't, and like it's having the build up and being able to not even on camera, just like talk to like my friends to be like,
Hmm.
oh my god, did you see, like, what do you think is going to happen, and this was crazy and this is nuts, where are we going to go, and you can actually have that conversation as opposed
Or
to
like,
I
yeah,
finished all 8 episodes. Oh, but I'm only 3 episodes in. Okay, call me when you're done. And
mhm.
you're just kind of waiting,
The and that's like our friend group. We have some that wait till Wednesday night to watch it, and then
Hmm.
there's a few of us that watch it in the day, like or like in the morning and then in the afternoon. And so we always have a phrase that we say, like hot dog,
Hot
kumbaya,
dog.
any
Yeah.
any little word that'll just signify that hey, we've seen it.
Yeah.
We can talk whenever these people aren't around. So, but
Yeah.
I miss the water cooler talk from season one because it was like everything's released. You've got to stay off Twitter. You got to stay off Instagram,
Hmm.
YouTube, like
Hmm.
because like no, I'm not mad at content creators, but it's just like they're covering it and you're going to spoil it for yourself if you're and so during that time it's just like all right we got to watch it as quick as humanly possible so this does not get spoiled.
Yeah.
But now it's pretty
Now
easy
it's
with
now
the
it's
weekly
you can,
episodes.
as long as you don't, you can take like half the day at work or whatever, and just be like, you know what,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna get on Twitter over here, Instagram. I'll just
Hmm.
do, I could do
Exactly.
anything else during the day, and then you get home, you watch it, and you're like, cool, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, like for me, if I'm on Twitter, I'm just on notifications. If I'm
Yeah.
on like Instagram, it's just on my profile and hey, notifications will pop up.
Yeah.
And that's like on YouTube. I won't go on YouTube that Wednesday. Like if I'm on it, I'm on my channel dashboard, and I'm just like, hey, I'm responding to comments. If I'm on here, it is what it is, and it's honestly it's a nice mental break from social media that we give ourselves because of it. It's like all because of a Fallout TV show. So you see, Amazon, not only are you bringing us quality entertainment, you're also helping the mental health of Fallout fans by giving us a social media break. Thank
But
you.
then you're gonna fuck it all up by ending the season.
Well, all good things have to come to an end.
Yeah.
You know, it's about the friends we make along the way, you know. So they say. But I just want to watch more Fallout.
I just want more Fallout. Oh man. Yeah, so I mean, what are your thoughts so far on this season? No big spoilers now. We'll go into spoilers for this episode, but like, have you been surprised by anything that's happened so far this season? Are you thinking about what's gonna come, what's coming up?
I'm very have some questions once we get to the spoiler part on a certain thing from this episode, but I am very, very happy with that last episode. You know, with Lucy. And it really, to see the character growth for both the Ghoul, Lucy, kind of rubbing off on each other throughout the entire series, it definitely makes me wonder about last week's episode, and we can talk more on that after the spoiler bit. But it's more of like I'm definitely excited. Like it's been a slow burn. I genuinely wish the episodes were longer so we could get some like more story inside of some of the scenes where we could see more of what's going on, because sometimes it's a slow burn in a scene and then we're like in and out as really fast quick, as we like got there. So like I'd love it if like the episodes were an hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes.
I mean, even an hour, because they're roughly 45 minutes. And part of that runtime is the credits, and the previously on and this stuff. So yeah.
But yeah, I'm very happy with where the showrunners are going. The team has done an amazing job with the practical effects, and knowing that they're practicals, so they're doing everything. So like knowing that is like watching the Terminator back in the day. Like you go back now and you watch Terminator and you're like, man, that's goofy, but the actors are doing it. It's not
the
CGI,
actors are doing it. The actors are there seeing these things.
So you're like, it puts you in a whole different perspective, like to know that that's really what's going on. So it's like, my God, they're absolutely nailing it. And they were talking about during the premiere and stuff, they were talking about how there'll be people in the background that are just like, oh yeah, by the way, this wouldn't happen because of this. So it's actual Fallout fans there. So it's just
and Todd Howard's all over it too, so it's
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the things that when they said that, I'm like, everybody here is a Fallout fan.
Yeah.
So by far my favorite game to TV series, still the Mario movie from the late 90s is still one of my favorite movies.
If we're talking about, the most closest to the source material, yes, obviously.
Yeah, just the elevator scene, just rocking back and forth, dancing. That's, brings me right back to my childhood.
Great film. Film, not movie. Film. Piece of art. Yeah, so this episode called The Other Player, and we kind of got a couple of maybe a couple of answers, but a lot more questions, at least in my mind.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's. You called me out for it earlier. Let's run a little video, and then we'll come back, and it'll be full spoiler talk.
Episode 6.
The actual episode 6, okay? The actual episode 6, unlike last week. Last week's bullshit episode 6. It lied to me, okay? Yeah, all right, after this. Full spoiler.
Hey, thanks for joining us for this all-out breakdown episode. If you like what we're doing, specifically me and Hawks, we have a regular weekly podcast called Story Motors. It comes out every Thursday wherever you get your podcast. We'd love it if you hung out, checked out a couple episodes, maybe gave us a subscription on YouTube. Anyway, back to the episode.
This was not as dark as last week. Last week's episode was dark. Got really dark there. And
real quick.
Real quick too. Yeah. So before we jump into like a synopsis and everything, what are your thoughts? You said you had some thoughts on Lucy specifically and like some
So,
characters.
well, so my question is with this one is it's not even Lucy right now because
Mm-hmm.
like for me, Hank is such a brilliant villain in this that he got her to cooperate with his experiment.
Yeah.
And so he did exactly what he wanted to do. I mean, like he knows his daughter. He knew exactly what she would do. He I thought there for a second that the wasteland would change you, just like he said in season 1, but he knows that she's about justice, so being able to get her into that situation. I don't know how the NCR Ranger, how he doesn't have any head trauma after that stapler, because I think we found, you know where my stapler is? I think we found it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's down in this place, which kind of makes me think also that that's the hotel that Vault-Tec had.
Yeah,
That's
one of the prevailing theories is that that is all underneath Vault 21, like on the strip. Where from from the game we know that at least from New Vegas, at some point Robert House won it because the whole thing is at Vault 21's society. Everything was all like gambling, yeah, and everything was like up to chance. And Robert House won it and made a deal with the people who live there, like, you can keep essentially this top floor of the vault as a hotel, but then I'm going to fill the rest in with concrete. And the theory is that he did, he filled up some of it with concrete, but then Vault-Tec had all of this other stuff built even below that the people who lived there before never even knew about.
Which we see in so many different vaults of, like, in Fallout 4, how Vault-Tec scientists would be sitting there studying people, and you got to pray that you don't get bit by a mole rat, so we've seen that.
Yeah.
But my question is with that is, what is Lucy going to do? Because we've seen like, now is the trailer for the next episode, is that included in this full spoiler alert?
Is it out?
Or oh, dude, yeah, no, like, I mean, it's been out. We already know that Lucy is in a yellow dress that we saw in her room. Yeah, we know she's escaping. So it's got to make me wonder when did she put on that dress? When did she change? Because at this point, doors are opening. Doors are going to open and be left open. But does something in that moment change when she presses the button to make her want to rethink her decisions? Like, I don't. That's the biggest thing, because of Amazon released it ages ago, so we know she's running for her life, but she's now taken time to change.
Well, I wish it was on screen because I was going to pull up just this shot. Steph meeting Betty in the in-between room between the vaults, and it looks like she's got the keepsake box. Hank's keepsake box.
Mm-hmm.
So what is in this thing?
Yeah, that's the thing you always have to wonder is, like, what is this? Because at the end of the day, it's one of those things that it's like, what did Hank value so much to put in there? Because we saw what Barbara was doing, right? Check your DMs when you get a second. It's one of those things that it's like, what is... Because we saw what she was putting in there, and we have to wonder what Hank put in there at the time. It's definitely one of those that I'm very excited to find out.
They can hear us, but they can't see us right now just because of OBS. But yeah, so this shot right here with the keepsake box. Yeah, so we saw, like you said, Barb trying to fit
everything
in there.
Yeah.
So what did Hank put in his? Because he, as far as we know, at least, didn't have a family already.
Nope.
And the fact that Steph knows that something is in there.
Here's my thing is, so Steph is Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
right? She is from the same time of Hank.
Mm-hmm.
So they, of course, knew each other because she knows his keepsake box. I almost want to believe that Hank was, when he was talking on the transponder, that he was trying to contact the Enclave.
That was
So
my yeah. Yeah.
what if Steph is an Enclave member and he put something in there that only another person from the Enclave would know about?
Yeah.
Like, because what that is, it's a very specific. I want his box. No one
No,
else's
exactly.
box.
Yeah. No,
Just his.
Hank's box. Yeah. And yeah, whatever is in there is something that, one, she knows about enough to be like, I want this, and two, is important enough that she's literally being like, if you don't give me this, you're going to run out of, all your people are going to die.
Because here, the thing to me is the Enclave base that we see early in the Fallout TV series. What are they working on? They're working with the transponder units that we see in season 2,
Yeah.
the automated man. Why was Hank in that meeting, the only meeting that we can see him in? Why would he be so interested to be taking notes? And the fact that he got up like a kid at a candy store,
yeah.
like, I can
Yep.
get anything.
Yeah.
That, like, even Barb was like, hey, whoa,
Yeah, she's like,
slow
bro,
down,
calm
simmer
it down.
down, simmer
Calm it
down
down there,
now,
bud.
simmer down,
Calm
simmer
it down.
down. Like, it's one of those things that it really is like, it's one of those things in showbiz where it's like, are they just leading us down this path because they know that we're going to pick that up, and then it's like, oh yes, you've fallen for my trap, Yugi boy.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Also, let's be real. Who's the super mutant?
Ron Perlman.
Well, yes, Ron Perlman, which
No.
was crazy.
It's Ron Perlman, who became a super
Okay.
mutant.
Well, so here's a question too. Since he was the narrator, and we don't exactly know how long super mutants can live, was a super mutant narrating the first couple of Fallout games? Maybe, potentially. I think it could. But as far as who the super mutant is, what would be the damn moment that you would want, that you like, what would it be if you got it told to you who the super mutant was? Because he knows Cooper Howard. He knows the Ghoul. Somehow he knew the Ghoul was on the strip and saved him. What undisclosed location, but to me, that person would be Charlie. Because the Enclave made us. He was military. He was a Pinko as well during that time. So what would stop them from gathering people that they consider Pinkos and not for them? They will do testing on everybody. Because, RobCo and everybody, they tested on prisoners. And
Yeah.
what if Charlie was locked up? And they said, hey, let's test some FEV. Let's take him out to this little location and do some experiments. And now he's been alive this entire time.
Yeah.
Because the look on his face, look, I get it. Intelligent super mutants. We've met them. They're usually cool. But he came into, even though it's in the dead of night, into a very populated area. And that just makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Who would be willing to risk that? And I really need to go back and grab a screenshot of Charlie, up close face, an up close face of the super mutant just to see if there's any like little scars or
It's anything that kind of
that
maybe can hint at it.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like my wife and me were sitting there, and she's like, "Who is it?" I was like, "A big moment would be Marcus." I'm just going to say, I looked at her, I was just be Marcus. That
Yeah,
would be cool.
somebody from like one of the mutants that we've seen in the games would be
Right.
a big pull for sure.
And I was
But-
like, "But I don't know." And she was like, he just seems like he knows him." And I'm like, "Well, the only person that knows him is Charlie."
Yeah.
And I'm like, and Charlie technically would have been arrested back in the day, and experiments could have been run. So I like it just makes you wonder, like, what is it just going to be a random character? Is it going to be a character that we know, or is it someone that he knows?
Yeah. Like
Because-
my only kind of counter to that is I feel like if it was Charlie, they would have had
have-
like the same actor. You know, just kind of, you know, logistically, like it would have been that actor as
That's true.
the
That's
super
true.
mutant. But like with it being Ron Perlman, I do think and once again we'll go through what we see in the show here in a bit, but just with the super mutant, I almost feel like this super mutant that we see in this episode, we're not going to see him again.
I can see that.
Like, because this super mutant was sent out by somebody who maybe was Charlie, because he talks about, like, yeah, if you're not going to join us, then you can't know where we are, and knocks him out. So, like, this could very well be somebody who knows Cooper to be like, hey, go get him. I don't know how they found out that he was there. You know, just
That's
information going around.
I mean, there's a ghoul on a pole.
Yeah.
I keep saying his name's Cooper Howard, because that's I mean, like, honestly, that's really the first time that I can remember him saying his actual name,
Yeah.
at least in this season, and trying to block off becoming feral.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody heard it, news got around, and maybe it is somebody that he knows or knows of the name from, because as we know, you know, post-apocalyptic America, they still got Cooper Howard posters everywhere. You got Mr. Fuzzy plushies just chilling out. You got, you know, you got so much stuff from old war that maybe somebody, I don't know. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. And when Ron was at the LA premiere, I was like, wait, we saw the super mutant hands. Could this? Because if I'm gonna be real with you, up until the cloak came off, I was like, please, Intelligent Deathclaw, please, Intelligent Deathclaw,
Yeah,
please,
yeah.
Intelligent Deathclaw. I mean, Fallout Shelter just had that little bit. We had it in the games. I'm just like, please, please, please bring that back. You've got Deathclaws guarding that place right now. Please, 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 please let it be an intelligent. Okay, I'm not upset it's a super mutant. Okay, I'm not upset, but oh, so close.
Yeah, yeah. I love that so many of us who watched the trailers, you know, especially like before the season started, and heard that line of like, we're all going to need friends. So many people heard that voice and were like, oh, that's a super mutant, isn't it? That's going to be a super mutant. We have no idea. It's just that voice, for whatever reason, sounds like that's going to be a super mutant. And then, yeah, that's exactly what it was. Actually, Mike last week brought that thing up, and because we were talking last week at the end of the episode as like, how do you think Cooper's going to get out of it? And he says, well, remember, there's that whole we need friends. What if a super mutant is like comes in, saves him, and that's that super mutant? You know, like saying that, and then that's
So like one of my questions was, is there was a character brought in during the Burning Springs update for 76, and the voice for it sounds so identical to that character. The you're gonna need friends.
the
old
Rust King.
The Rust King.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, what if somehow they are connecting 76, which is the first in the Fallout game, somehow, because they're coming west to east if you're looking at it. So it looks like they were going to DC or somewhere along DC for an Enclave testing facility. And I'm like, dude, that would be a huge cut for like 200 years of a super mutant surviving and then like being just that. But now after seeing the episode, I'm like, no, it like he's there's no way you would go from being full blown raider to you
Yeah.
know like not not caring, you know, like he doesn't care if anybody lives. He only wants
Yeah.
the strong to survive. So like I was just like, oh dude, this would be so crazy if they actually put everything together that way. And I don't do you know how long super mutants last? Like
I
how long
don't.
they
For
live?
some reason, I want to say that they're, because like I'm thinking of oh no, I can't. I want to say Howard. I don't think that's his name. The tree.
But yeah,
Um,
no, like yeah, he was. I mean,
Harold.
he's
Harold.
a bit, yeah, Harold. Because I mean, he's been around a long time. Harold
Yeah,
is.
but he was still like he was around forever, but he was becoming a tree, you know, due to
Right.
like the radiation and everything. So that's my only thing is that yeah, he could still be, you know, they could be alive for that long, but are they continuously mutating, really, you know?
I mean, would make sense.
Honest. I'm trying to see if there's anything on the wiki about
I've not
long
I've
they
not been able to
live.
find anything about like age of super
Yeah.
mutants or how long. Because I mean, none have interconnected. But the fact that Fallout
Except for
5
Harold,
is
really. But you
well,
know,
yeah,
that's in the games, which is how much of that time is, you know,
right.
compared to now.
But like that's now that we know Fallout 5 and the TV show, like TV show is going to be canon to the next game. It's just like okay, where are we going? I genuinely think that we're done with the Brotherhood of Steel storyline. This one, I agree with you. I think we're done with the super mutant on this one. But now that we've had hints at the Enclave, and now that this episode has got the Enclave kind of showing up like a little bit in force, like as far as mention, and Zig coming back, just like in that elevator scene, just
yeah,
making Barb say the words. I'm very excited for the chance that we get some callbacks to like DC and like
yeah. Because
to
yeah,
see-
the
to see-
Enclave, at
oh.
least in the games, from because you don't really interact with them in 4 as much as I can really think of.
No, you really
And
you
76, yes,
yes and no.
yeah, but 3 in DC, that's like Enclave territory. Then specifically was Enclave territory. But yeah, it's I can see that I can definitely see next season the Enclave being the big bad, and then the big thing that happens at the end of this season involves something from the games. Maybe hey, here's President Eden on the radio.
John Henry Eden.
Yeah.
Hello,
yeah.
children.
And you get
Just
Malcolm
messing with
McDowell.
you. It's me, Three Dog.
Give me 3 Dog, just so I know that he's alive.
Dude, all right, so I will will this into existence at some point down the road. But Three Dog, imagine years later comes over the radio. Hello, children. It's a Three Dog, a bit ghoulified, but still just as cool. And hopefully, y'all aren't feeding the Yalguai.
A bit
just
ghoulified,
have
but still coolified.
just a ghoul Three Dog for the next Fallout game, whatever time frame it is. Just like, that would be amazing. Just even if you don't get to meet him, just to hear like an old broadcast or something like that. Just something. I keep saying in every stream where we start talking about Fallout 3, I'm just like, look, if anybody from Bethesda's watching, look, feel free, take this idea, run with it. You'll make so many fans happy. You'll make so many like older fans that time, like when we play Fallout 5, when we're 55 years old for the first time, you know, we'll be like,
We played on release date
back
at
in the
55.
day. Yep, exactly. By the way, I'm 38, about to be 39, so it's only a few years down the road, just a few.
Yeah, I think we're getting Elder Scrolls 6 first.
Yeah.
Which also is not. It's not a real. Those aren't real games at this point.
Look,
be
I'm
honest.
gonna tell you what. I love Skyrim. Oblivion was my first in the Elders bit. Can't tell you how many times I'm about to start up a playthrough of the mod pack Lorem for Skyrim, but I just went back and started playing Witcher 3 because of that supposed rumor.
The rumored DLC.
But like I'm just like, it's been a minute since I played this. I want to go back. I want to do that, and it's the same thing with like going back and like doing Tale of Two Wastelands for Fallout 3 to play that again and just like let it feel like just see now that you're almost 40 years old, go back like the last time you played it. It's just like, man, okay, this will probably be like the first time I played it. Like the very first time I booted up the PlayStation 3 and put the disc in, just like, all right, let's go. But like it's one of those games that like I definitely love Elder Scrolls, and I hope we hear something later on this year. I hope we see the game very soon. But like, who knows? How long we're gonna have to wait? I think 2027, 2028 is the cop out answer. For me,
Yeah,
being like, sure, maybe then. But yeah, no. As far as this episode goes. Dude, it was so good. It was so damn good. And okay, now that we're in spoilers, how much do you think it was a play of the Ghoul? Because the Ghoul had like a few seconds next to Lucy. Like, did he know, hey, because he told her, go get a Dictol. Yeah. She's going to take a Dictol, and she's probably not going to be under the full effects. But like, was this a setup? Because he knows the only way he's going to find out where his wife and daughter are, which, by the way, if I got divorced, I still wouldn't call her my wife. And seeing this episode at the tail end of that little standoff where you can tell she's pissed, but she just showed him how to get cold fusion and gave him cold fusion.
Yeah, she gave it to him. Yeah.
Was the divorce an act because the only way he could survive or her kid could survive is disavow Coop, but like he still calls her his wife, and apparently he loves her enough or loves his kid enough like to do anything for him, but like the bombs dropped with Coop there. How do you not know where your daughter is?
Yeah, there's they have to explain that for a couple reasons. One, and I think we mentioned it, I think last week as well, where if Barb is the one who made the call to drop the bombs, there's no way she would do it when her daughter is with Howard somewhere out in the world. If she's like, yeah, we're dropping the bombs now, we'll be in the vault already when we press the button. But the fact that he is out there. But also, that did not look like 6:45 in the morning or 7 in the morning for a birthday party.
It did not. But also, you got to think, it may not look like it, but it's in the West Coast. So their 7 o'clock in the morning looks like 10, or they're 10, it gets bright pretty early over there.
It does, but who's having a kid's birthday party at 7 in the morning?
Who's sitting there hiring a cowboy for a birthday party? I know the kid likes cowboys and stuff, but that kid was more interested in Grognak the Barbarian than anything else. But like, I mean, look, honestly, if I ever have a kid, if I can get the parents there and the kids there at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and they be done, wrapped up by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, let's go. I'm down.
Ended up taking a nap.
I love 2 o'clock nap time during when I have days off. I'm like, well, it's about 2 o'clock. It's about time for a nap time now. But yeah, no, like, that I think that's going to be explained in the next couple episodes. I think we're going to get a cutback because I mean, like,
I think we have to.
Got to. We have to, because that's the main question that my wife and me keep coming back to. And again, I can't love my wife even more than I already do because now she's like hooked to the show.
She's into it as well.
She hates Fallout 76. She doesn't like that game,
Yeah.
but she loves Fallout 4. And I want to get her to go to Quarry Junction. I want her to boot up New Vegas and play New Vegas. It's a great game.
Just go check out the quarry, you know?
Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, you don't gotta. It's not my favorite Fallout game. It's a good Fallout game. It's great, but I just want you to play it and explore the map and maybe remember the quickest way to a destination is a straight line. So as soon as you get through Good Springs, just go ahead.
Just go straight.
Go up to the strip. Just
straight
straight
there.
up to the strip.
Yeah,
You know, no worries. But yeah, like
it's a quarry. It's like you're not.
Yeah.
You've got stuff on the sides. You know, you're safe. You're safe from the weather.
The only bad thing is now that the show has said Quarry Junction, she's gonna know something's up.
Yeah.
I did not marry a dumb wife. Like, I'm terrible. Like, you know, went and almost got her psych degree, and I told her, I said, the only reason we got started dating is because you were going to do a case study on me. I know it. I know what this is all about, ma'am. But yeah, we definitely have to get that answered because that is just a what? Every time he says, "I'm looking for my wife and my kid," like it's been 200 years. If he's still in love with her, and like my wife, I don't know how you fall on the scale of this. I don't want it. My wife is a big Ghoul and Lucy ship, and I just, as you can look at my eyes and just see that I'm just like, no. She's like, look, he said he cared about her. I'm like, no. Stop it, woman. Stop it. But like, he's still looking for it. He could say his daughter.
Yeah.
But
he could even just say my family, which he said a few times. He's like, I'm looking for my family, but he's also now he's saying I'm looking for my wife and my daughter, my family.
Mm-hmm. So he's still in love with her. Like, I think the whole divorce is just a ploy.
Yeah.
And I almost think he knew because his answer revolved, well, my answer is take more drugs.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he wants to keep her addicted.
He was doing that, to be like, hey, take more drugs. And then when we get to the point, go get a Dictol.
Take a Dictol
to get off
right now.
to be, to get it out of your system. And then meet me up here in this hotel room. I kind of had a little bit of that inkling as well. But let's get started with the episode here. Yeah. So, and I took a few notes, but once again, reading from the fandom Fallout wiki of mostly breaking down when everything took place in order. We start off in pre-war times, in Vault-Tec headquarters, and Barb is just getting inundated with all of this shit that they're trying to sell. With we need to put billboards up. Bud coming in saying, well, maybe if we get specialized freeway lanes for our premium customers, like we're just leaving money on the table. Like, how would that even work, man? Like, are you gonna make a freeway lane that's never used until what's happening? You know, Bud, think out of your ass. Come on. Anyway, but yeah, just going through different ideas and mostly like marketing and how to market the vaults and how to market the apocalypse. Really, get a scientist coming in saying 30% of the water chips are going to fail, but luckily we know which ones will fail ahead of time, and we can put them wherever we want. So where do you want to put them? And just it's that what is happening at Vault-Tec, like these people who are just like, it's this isn't going to be our problem, you know?
Right.
Are they either in the mindset of it won't be our problem because we're going to be in the manager vault, or by the time it breaks, it's going to be super far, whatever. Or are they just being like, oh yeah, the 30% will fail, but whatever, we could put them, tell me where to put them, we'll put them there, because they'll never be used, because they're just thinking that it's not a possibility that the bombs could ever drop.
I genuinely think a lot of them may have thought bombs will never be dropped. It's no big deal. It's whatever. Because they're not let in to the meetings. They're doing what they're told.
Yeah.
So the ones that are like marketing, it's, hey, we need to raise money to build these vaults. So I genuinely don't think the lot of them are evil masterminds that because they didn't know that like what was actually being planned. Hell, I'm gonna be real with you. I think a lot of people at Vault-Tec just saw it as a money making opportunity.
It's a job.
But
We're making money from the government. We're making money hand over fist by selling the idea of the apocalypse.
we're selling a problem that may happen, it may not happen. But at the same time, I do believe some of them that were around, like the scientists and stuff, because he has a cheeky little grin on his face, like almost like a little small hidden smile
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the 30%. So I believe some of those folks know that they have a managerial vault, but I don't think they were expecting potentially the Enclave to make sure that they might not make it,
Might not
because
make it out
as the
there.
Ghoul says, most of them are empty.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, she's going through these, 30% and everything.
She can't
Early
eat.
warning system. She can't eat.
She's the only
It's-
person who never.
Yeah,
eats
she's got a plate of
single
food
bite.
right in front of her and like a notepad, and she can't eat, while everybody else that's coming in here and talking about this stuff is munching down on this plate of food and all this stuff. Bud just with a thing of fries being like, yeah, let's make a freeway lane. That's blah, blah, blah. While Barb is
I've seen
legitimately
some CEO
getting
folks
terrified.
like that, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
just sitting there
Yeah.
coming up with just some of the worst ideas you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's
Like,
go
yeah, maybe
ahead.
like
But,
if we lay off like 15% of the company, we can
mean, that-
continue to make
'cause-
Assassin's Creed games.
because that's my thing about it, is like the freeway.
What idea?
Nobody's going to use it.
Yeah, like what is going to happen?
It-
Like, is it just going to be there, but with a sign in
But
front
we
of it
do-
says "Break only for apocalypse"?
We did see a Premium Plus member though.
Did we?
The first one that Hank, that human that. Well, I see that you have a family here, but
Oh yes.
you only
Oh yeah,
booked-
yeah. A few episodes
Yeah.
ago.
So
Yeah.
we know there's a confirmed Premium Plus plan, and that's what the Premium Plus lane was. So
Yeah.
like we at least know we got the subscribe bit on there. So like
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't. That's an asinine thought process. That,
Yeah, just- that was a-
hey, this lane's only going to be available for like unless they put up like turrets and stuff like that on the freeway, and you had to have like a little sticker, and like you just like turn into ash if your car doesn't have the sticker. You better pray that you have the right car that day,
This is.
because you will not
And then
be.
we're now
wandering the
getting
wasteland.
off the rails with this hypothetical premium freeway. How the hell this is going to work?
I don't know how it's gonna work. You gotta talk to Bud on this one, and you can't. You know why? He's still in the vault.
Yeah. Is he dead? Do you think Bud's dead?
I don't think Bud's dead.
Okay, because
He was
I'm pretty sure
upside
he was
down.
alive when he was upside down, but
Yeah.
he was alive. Like he was still kind of
Yeah.
worming around.
What? Where's the blood gonna go? It's just
Yeah.
jail. That's why he went crazy. Why, like her saying he's dead? I don't think so. I don't
Yeah, I
think.
don't think she is.
I think
I don't think
that.
she
I
is.
think that's a like play my card, like hold a card, like the ace up your sleeve type deal. So
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so going through these, and then we get Robert House's double, who we now know is not Robert House, but it is to the public and apparently also to their corporate partners. This is Robert House. He,
what would the play be if that's actually his brother? Even though we've seen, like, if you watch Amazon, if you watch it with closed
Yeah.
caption and it says body double, how crazy would it be though if it turned out to be, hey, it's Anthony. We've been playing this little prank. Like, I went crazy on purpose so I could play
Yeah.
House. Like, I don't, but yeah, no, his body
it would
double's
that would
sitting
have
there.
to be like a whole. That would legitimately be a retcon situation.
I know, but,
like a big one too. Like this isn't just.
But
It's not
here's
just
the thing, it's
dinky
only-
turned. Yeah.
It's only Fallout fans. They're not going to get.
Yeah, they're
upset.
fine, right? They're not mad at anything.
Yeah, that nobody lost their minds because of the swimming pool or anything like that. I still don't understand that one, but okay. But yes, continue. He's
Yeah.
there giving the chip.
He's
Hank sits
there.
up in his chair.
He's got the automated. But before that, Hank walks in. Still, the de-aging CGI has never looked good. It in this situation, it looks good because it looks so weird that you're like, yeah, he's an evil guy. But just that de-aging CGI never looks normal. But Hank. Like an assistant manager, lower level manager comes in and he's like, "Oh, Betty said that I can come in and take notes on this one." Once again, why is Hank going in there to see this meeting with Robert House bringing in what he calls the automated man, which is now it's the name of what we've been seeing with the mind control thing here. Yeah, why I put a note here like, did he know? He must have known about this tech that was coming in beforehand, but who gave him that information? How did this lower level manager find out that, oh, Robert House is coming in to show off this bit of mind control tech and I need to be in that room? Like you said, was it like, is he working maybe with the Enclave?
It's the only thing that makes sense for an assistant to the assistant manager to have that kind of knowledge on, like, and it's not like he didn't know it. He preemptively sat up as he was opening to see it. Like
he opens the briefcase and he's staring at this thing, and then the camera goes to him like even a couple times of his eyes locked on this little device.
I swear it's one of those moments where like it's the first time field agent where like they get overzealous and like it's almost like he's going to go pick it up right now and it's like no I gotta wait my bad I'm sorry.
But yeah, he brings us in and he says essentially like, this is the automated man, all this stuff, and Barb is confused, which is another thing. Like, why does Hank know what this is? And Barb is like, why are you telling me this? You have these vaults. You can do whatever he wants. Or you can do whatever you want in your vaults. And he's like, no, you don't get this. You're buying this from me, and you're giving me cold fusion.
And that's what set off the whole I want all the information on, like, oh, dude, it's one of those things that it's the way they're writing this season.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, because she asks, he's like, yeah, you give me the cold fusion for my little project in Vegas. And she's like, oh, what project is that? And he says, I think that's a bit above your pay grade.
I guess you'll find out when the bombs drop.
Yeah. And then, once again, we see kind of Hank's eyes on this automated man.
He didn't say if, he said when.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it's like,
okay. And after he leaves, she gets up, she closes the blinds, and then we've seen it a few times now. Like, as we find out by the end of this episode about Barb, like, this is a woman who legitimately will do anything for her family and for her daughter, Janie, specifically. And we see before we cut to the next scene, like, she sits back down at this plate of food that hasn't been touched in probably hours, and she pulls out the picture of her family, and she's staring at it.
Sees a nuke in one eye and a family photo in the other.
That shot of it like in her eye was at the beginning, because it's like in her eye and then it kind of backs out, and the marketing team talking about like, oh, this is what a 10 megaton blast looks like, but this is what a 5, and maybe we do this on the billboards because they think that multiple 10-ton megatons is too busy. Yeah, like it's the shots, these made up shots of nuclear bombs on Los Angeles are too busy, and people won't enjoy them. We need to make them appetizing. They
won't pay attention to it and won't fear it.
Yeah.
They won't.
Yeah.
If
it's too big, they won't fear it. You need to be able to see your house right underneath the bomb and how it's exploding. Right. Yeah. But yeah, we see her looking at a photo of her family, including Cooper, and then we cut to modern day, where once again modern day on this series is us talking about what's happening in Fallout during the modern time in Fallout, not right now. So modern day, Ghoul is impaled, and I just wrote here. Before we moved on, another note that I said as high up in the company as Barb is, which she clearly is, because she's the one who was sent to this meeting with all of the other corporations and everything. She's powerless to stop anything from happening, and she's pretty much she's just doing everything almost under duress. And then very specific things later, but he's on the Ghoul is impaled on a pole, and I don't know about you, but these sounds and like this visual of him going feral were terrifying.
I saw some report that they pulled those sounds potentially from the game, like
I wouldn't be surprised.
like to imitate those sounds specifically. But the way, dude, Walton, how much he gets into character. I was sitting there and I'm like, I know he can't. They're not gonna let him. He's not gonna go feral. But I was genuinely like, holy shit! Like this is
and it's like the sounds are one thing. You know, you can pull the sounds from the game and it sounds good, but without his acting of him like seizing up almost, and you see it in the Ghoul's like face and like his eyes and everything. Like he's terrified of what's happening.
You can tell how good of an actor he is to put so much emotion behind the like makeup. Like
behind the makeup, behind all the CGI. Yeah.
There's so much, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, he is genuinely like
he is acting his ass off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But a question that I had about it is, because he's reaching out to try to get the vials that he uses to kind of, stave off the feral. And then Dogmeat shows up and he's like, give me the vials because and he's like, as he's trying to talk to Dogmeat to get the vials or the satchel, he's going back and forth. Dogmeat picks up his hat, runs off, and he's like, you fucking dog. But like, is it coming, like, is the feralness coming off faster because he's like mortally wounded?
I would think so. I would genuinely think it's because he's mortally wounded, because you look at how many times we've seen him take the vials, and it's been pretty far between like when he has to take those. So it's almost like because he is mortally wounded and missing a chunk.
Yeah,
is that he's going feral quicker, which
because he's so weak with makes sense.
Yeah, and the way the show is doing Ghouls going feral, definitely a new thing to me, because how did Billy not go feral in the fridge? It's just a lot of questions, but I know with Fallout 76 you have to take chems, you have to the fixer and stuff like that. So. Yeah. I definitely don't mind this one, and I mean it answers questions that players have had for a long time of like, well, what makes a feral ghoul? What makes one lose their sanity? Like,
do they all start with their sanity and then become feral?
And maybe it's losing hope, and because I mean in that moment he can't get off of the pole. He's trying to get and maybe it's not even the mortally being wounded. Maybe it's him losing hope.
It's more like not necessarily 100%, but like more of a mental, my God, everything is ended.
I mean, because and we'll touch on it later, but later in the episode, how he staves off being and going feral is, my name's Cooper Howard. Yeah. I have a daughter named Janie.
Name's Janie Howard. I have a wife named Barb Howard. Yeah.
So it's just like constantly reaffirming to himself. And I genuinely at that point was tearing up a little bit. I'm like, dude, you can't do this to my boy. Like, come on now, we got to get him off this pole really quick, because I'm about to tear up over here. This is okay.
Oh, and another just great shot of him on the pole. That sounds derogatory, but no, it's actually what he's literally impaled on a pole. On a pole, passing out. Camera goes to his face, and then it fades to back. Cooper Howard in the hotel room at the Lucky 38, waking up from his, not even the night before. It was like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah. What it seems like. But he would, dude. I've indulged myself a time or two, and I've never woken up like instantly like, you know what? Actually, let's talk about this real quick. Yeah. I've never, not once, ever in my life been like, you know what? Let's have a discussion real quick.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if it has something like maybe some pre-war like drugs to get you sober.
Definitely so. I mean, because she takes him up to the room, so and like she probably gave him something. Maybe it was an early pill version of like a Dictol or something, or something they were working on. But
yeah, he wakes up and so at the end of last episode, he kind of wakes up. He looks up at Barb and he says, "We need to talk." And now when he wakes up, he gets up, and you don't really know what's happened in between the end of the last episode and right now. Like, have they talked? Has she brought anything up? Because Barb is kind of walking around and she's, like undoing her jacket and everything and like taking off her hat. But Howard or Cooper starts talking about like, oh, I was just thinking about the night that I proposed to you, and the water on the pier and kind of the sound of when I went down on a knee, and she's listening and she's like, oh yeah, like it's a nice memory. And then he just breaks out, I just didn't know, were you a monster back then or did you become one? And you can tell that this is how he is breaking it to her that he knows. Mm-hmm. They have not talked yet. No. He the way that he's telling her, I heard you, or I know what you're thinking and I know what's going on, is, were you a monster then or did you become one? Because it is so abhorrent to him of what's going on.
And see, the way she's taking off her jacket and walking around, I think we're catching moments of her guilty conscience
100%
coming out.
Yeah.
Of like, oh God, like, does he know? Will he found out? What's going to happen? Because to her, he's asleep. There's nothing, like, he's not seeing any of this. He's completely passed out. Mm-hmm. So, rooms to herself. She's kind of low-key freaking out for a second. And you see her kind of try to compose herself when he gets up. So,
yeah.
But yeah, the question, absolutely, because it's a quick answer if that's what she was doing. Of, were you a monster then? And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, and she's like, excuse me, and he just repeats the line, war never changes, and she immediately is caught up being like,
okay.
Oh, okay, yep, this is what we're talking about. And
okie dokie.
And what I did before we got on here is I was watching the episode back. I didn't get to finish it for a second time. But in the, previously on, or like when it's like it does the flashback to her in the meeting, war never changes, and she looks like, after you find out everything, like she looks concerned in that moment when you watch it. And I was like, was that the same shot from the first season? And yes, that's exactly how it was played in the first season. And just seeing everything behind it now, you're like, oh, okay.
And that's why after season 2, I want to start back at 1, season 1, episode 1, and do a full run through with my wife of like watching it from start and just being like, okay, now that I know this, now let me see if there's anything else here.
All right, before we jump back in, 1, 2, or 3? Just pick a number, 1 through 3.
17.
That's a bit much.
Dang it. That's 2.
2? All right.
Uh-oh. Man's got a quantums.
I got my quantum.
I wish I could have those.
Back to the episode. We are now at the Vault-Tec facility in modern day, but we're with Lucy. She wakes up in a bed, looks around, is like, what the hell, and realizes that she is now in essentially a vault room that she was in, that she initially came from. Still, it's something that you see on shows before that's a little like, why'd you do that? But they didn't do it here, where she's still in all of her clothes, like blood and everything. So nobody changed her while she was passed out. Don't do that. If for whatever reason you're kidnapping somebody like this and they're passed out, don't remove their clothing and put other clothing. Preferably don't kidnap them in the first place. But still,
I mean, if you got to take advice, and you're going to kidnap them anyways. Just don't change them.
Yeah.
It's going to set the mood. Really, it's going to be one of those, like, you want to be like, why am I here? Not, why am I here and why am I changed? 2 questions is too many. Just keep it to 1 question.
Keep 1 question,
and, just pick one. But
if you're bringing them somewhere where they might need warmer clothing, put a jacket on them, okay?
Or just cover them up. Just put a blanket over them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when they wake up, be like, what happened? I'm sorry, but you're paralyzed from the neck down. We tried our best, but we couldn't save you. Oh God, you're actually a robo brain now. I'm sorry. That'll throw them off, and then they'll just be happy to be in a blanket. You gotta, but
at least I'm warm.
Exactly. The dial 0 when you wake up.
Yeah.
instantly threw me back to like our childhood of like having to press zero
Yeah.
to connect to anybody or to talk, like, hello, how may I help you? Who would you like to connect to?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so like I wrote down here she's using her Wasteland survival skills that she has
Yep.
learned over her time with the Ghoul, being like she wakes up, she's obviously in this weird room. She can quickly put two and two together where she is, at least kind of where she is. Like she's in a vault. She knows that much. She was brought here by Hank. She kind of knows that, and then she sees the thing, dial 0 when you wake up, Dad. And I think Lucy obviously before would have been like, oh yeah, he's this sign, this says Dad, I'm gonna call Dad because Dad can either help or I can talk to him. But now she's just fucking no.
Well,
Why would I no? I've been looking for you this whole time to stop you. Yeah, and checks the room.
The way she looks around the room, and then instantly Lucy, prior to hanging out with the Ghoul, when she walks out, would not have grabbed a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Would not have instinctively just been like, all right, people, bad.
Yeah, leaves the room.
She would have been like, hey,
here's
guys.
people. Yeah, here's people. And then, I don't know, I couldn't really tell if she clocked who they were, that they were Legion, but she at
she
least...
did. No, she
okay.
is... Yeah, she turned the corner and instantly saw it was Legion. And like...
Backs up, grabs a weapon, and is ready to do whatever she needs to save it. And then they turn the corner, and she starts to raise it, and they're just like, oh, howdy, good morning, how are you doing?
How are you doing on this wonderful day? Because the thing is, because her first time meeting the Legion, she tried to pass a speech check again, failed miserably. So like she knows what they're capable of, and that's another. I can't wait to see what happens with what the Ghoul did to the Legion camps, because we know. I don't know if we'll see Macaulay Culkin again, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we might.
There's at least a shot of him in the preseason trailer,
right? So
that we didn't see.
So I'm pretty sure it's either going to be next week or the week after. But
I mean, it won't be the week after that. I can tell you that much.
No, that week after that is unfortunately we all should take a Dictol because we're going to be going through Fallout TV show season 2 withdrawals, very much so. Well, I'll give us another week after it so we can binge watch everything again. But then after a week after or 2 weeks, you got to take it. It's got some bad side effects. You may start a YouTube channel and start going over theories. You may start a podcast and going over theories.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Worst case scenario,
really,
you turn out to be redheaded, and that's sad. You gotta watch out for those things.
Ain't no fix for that.
No.
You can dye it, but we all know it's still there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she sees these two, and then just kind of is looking around still, walking around a corner, finds a couple dudes in just the same button-up white shirts and tie that we saw Chicken Fucker in last week. And these guys look like they're very, very much they're just cleaned up versions, or they're cleaned up dudes who are just on the surface. And they're just being super polite. Like, oh, coffee after you. No, I wouldn't dare go in front of you. Like, just being extremely...
Like they're best friends. Like they're either Canadian or from the South.
Yeah,
whichever.
Yeah. A full-on Stepford husband type vibe. And she walks into an office space, and she walks into the room that Hank first walked into in episode 1. This just
right.
Desks, but now there's people there, and they're almost robotic, automated, really. You could say that. And they are building more and more of these devices, because now Hank has figured out exactly how this thing works and has mastered it and can just...
I was wondering why the old chicken, was it his willingness, or did Hank actually figure it out? Because we know he's a freak, and so maybe he could handle that sort of thing, or maybe him handling it showed the tolerance or some data. But yeah, now we know he's got it. He's got it down to a T.
Yeah,
He's got it ready to go.
So the first person that we see with it is the guy, like the Flea Soup's son, that is like in the one vault, and he dies. Then Hank goes and he's trying it on the mice, can't get it to work. Then he's getting people out of cryo who were pre-war, and can't get it to work. And then finally, chicken fucker.
I see where
maybe it might be something where it's like, okay, these maybe the radiation or something, or just
I see where
this kind of modern thing. These people, I can actually get it to work with that. And then chicken fucker just happened to be.
Also, why was Hank? How was Hank there? Was he?
I mean, we know he was there watching Fisto.
Okay,
Come on, we know.
I was wondering if I was the only one that asked that question, because I'm like, yeah, it's strange for you to show up exactly at this location.
Yeah, he's there. He
knows. Now we know why he wanted cold fusion. Now we know. We know why.
Yeah. But yeah, so she sees all this, and then I didn't even see her pick it up, but she's got like she picks up a pair of scissors. I was trying to find out where she grabbed it from, but
I didn't even clock where she got the scissors from. Maybe the desk or something like that. But I genuinely, or maybe it was when she like was clocking in her room. Maybe I was like, where did you get those?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
she's gonna go with it.
Yeah, she sees the automated people making more of these devices, and then the camera cuts to like her hand going around a corner with the pair of scissors, like I said, and finds the bedroom, opens it up. Hank is there, and he's literally just like, no, I've been waiting for you. Here's dinner. I've got it all cooked up, and she is. I loved the shot here. When she opens up the door and she sees Hank, and the camera pans to Ella Purnell, who, just like in the last episode, when she wakes up for a second and sees Hank, and like Hank's got her, his hand on her face and everything, she has like this glimpse of, I'm safe because it's Dad. And then it comes back to her like, no, never mind, this guy's a fucking psychopath. And then this episode, the same thing. She goes into the room, and she sees him standing there, in his suit, and everything looks normal. He's getting dinner ready. And her face, for a second, there's the tiniest hint of a smile, like just the tiniest hint of calmness and okay. But then again, quickly, the fuck, no, we're leaving. But Hank is we never got to talk about All Quiet. You never told me your thoughts on it. Maybe it was maybe it was the wedding,
Dude, just the way he just instantly went into like dad mode, and like just nothing wrong's happened. We're good. No, we're
You're
fine.
here now.
No.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You're here now.
Yeah. But and it's what the crazy thing to me when he said the word uniforms. And Lucy had just said that in a previous episode about, no, it's just a different uniform.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, she's not her dad, but boy, howdy, you can tell they read books together.
Yeah. She's not her dad, but she is her dad's daughter.
Yep.
Yeah. Really quick, I just want to go over some of Mike's thoughts here.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll go over these because a lot of them are kind of maybe later on in the episode stuff. Yeah, we'll go over these a bit later. I was reading through because it was like kind of Hank, but one thing he says is Hank is a goddamn monster. He is lawful evil. He's following his own fucked up yet logical code to do evil. And
I can see this.
Yeah, and he's bringing the Wasteland peace at the expense of the humanity of it, which we definitely see just the biggest example of that later on in the episode. But yeah, so he's trying to talk to, he's talking to Lucy about All Quiet on the Western Front while she is the same as when she woke up in the other room. Like, she's clocking the room. She's trying to make sure she knows everything that's going on in her limited way of what she's learned so far from Cooper and from the Ghoul. And is just not having anything that he's saying. Like, no, I never finished the book. I didn't like the people in it or kind of anything like that. And has him by the scissors and says, "You're coming with me. You're under arrest. I'm going to bring you back to Vault 33 to face justice for you killing everybody in Shady Sands."
Because it has to be seen upon a Vault-Tec council in which she doesn't understand that the Vault-Tec council that she would be leading him to is the same people that technically they all work together. And they all would vote in the way of maybe that they were a terrible group. And she has no idea. She has none of the backstory on that. And for us to hear for the second time that I thought the Wasteland would have changed you, and for him to be happy about that,
him to be happy and him to be a proud dad that instead of just stabbing him, he's like, my little girl is bringing me to justice.
All grown up.
She's all grown up. She's doing what she thinks is right, and I'm trying to think, does she know that he is from before the bombs?
I don't think she does, because she gets out of there before Norm and them clock about the other vault.
Like, she
because
may...
That's I don't know.
Because, like, in talking to the Ghoul, he's like...
No, she does know, because Zig says her dad's name. You're Hank McClane's daughter.
Yeah.
So, like, someone from the surface knows. So she's probably put it together or talked to the Ghoul, because she said, even the Ghoul says, these folks, because they're having their own back and forth with the NCRs when she was on Buff Out. So, yes, she does know, because do they know? How do you think they'd feel if they knew your daddy was the one that killed them folks in Shady Sands? So she does know. Yeah.
So,
no, she does. Okay.
Well, I'm because I'm wondering if they've said it actually out loud that she knows, because she herself got out of the vault. She knew exactly how to get out of the vault in the back in the first episode. So it could, like, she might be under the assumption that her dad either was from outside of the vault and came into the vault, or at some point he left the vault to go blow up Shady Sands. But does she specifically know, like, has she ever specifically said, I know that my dad is from pre-war, he was frozen, and this and that,
That I don't think so. No, okay, yeah. No. Take back what I said. Flip that, reverse it. Yeah.
Because she knows that he's been outside of the vault, obviously.
Right, yeah.
In some capacity, because he blew up Shady
Because
Sands.
I was looking at the timeline in my head, and I'm like, oh wait, no, Maximus was there, so no, it matches up for that timeline. So he could have done that in her life. So, and her mom was there, so yeah.
Well, she did, because we see it right after the bomb explodes and destroys Shady Sands, and she is in the room as a child with him.
Right.
And so, she's like, Daddy, come read me a book. Where's Mom?
And so to answer the question, the first answer, no. I don't think she knows.
Yeah.
Which, holy hell, to find that. I mean, we'll get into it, but it's like Chet's reaction, the ID.
To the ID, yeah.
Of realizing, oh damn.
Yeah. Yeah, she's there. He's talking about the book. She's saying, you need to come face justice. And then he's like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. And then walks over to a drawer and he's like, you might want these, and gives her a pair of handcuffs. She's like, what? Because she's just shocked. Like, why aren't you fighting back? Why aren't you arguing with me? And then he is like, oh, essentially like watching her, looking at her, be like, you might want these. And she's just in shock. And he's like, oh, I'll do it. And puts handcuffs on himself and is just like, lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
Show me where to go. Tell me where to go. And yeah, they leave the room as she is leading him away, and she's got the scissors to his neck, even though he is not fighting back. He is not doing anything that could potentially that makes her think that he will fight back. But she's just like, I've been screwed over before already, just out in the wasteland. Also, the fact that he calls it the Wasteland made me so happy. Like, the Wasteland, I thought the Wasteland would change you. Like, he is just so up his own ass. Cut to the desert. Back to... Fuck off, Siri. What are you... No. What? Anal sex toys?
That plays the Michigan fight song. What? I would never order that, guys. I would never.
That's actually legitimately what it said. It said, "Oh, this is what I found: ass, and then anal sex toys." That's gonna be my algorithm's gonna be fucked for a while.
Yes, it will.
So yeah, cut to Thaddeus, Maximus, in the desert. I think the shooting was still happening behind them. So this is kind of really shortly afterwards. And Thaddeus is getting out of the power armor and says, "Why can't we just take this?" And Maximus very clearly, they put chips in them. They're tracking him. Like, they'll come and look for this. It's more trouble than it's worth. Just smart.
It is.
Pulls out the cold fusion. And Thaddeus is like, what is this? And is like, okay, cool. So we're going to sell that, right? Maximus is like, what? No, we're not going to sell it. We're going to find the right person. Like, we're not going to sell it as they're walking. And he's like, yeah, but like we could sell it to the right person. We don't have to sell it right away. We
could. They have something we want, and we could trade it to them.
Trade it, yeah. Like,
that is pure boneyard thought process, dude. Yeah. How happy were you in this next little line when Thaddeus is from the boneyard?
Yeah, it cuts to them like at night, and they're sitting by a fire still talking about he's still talking about wanting to sell it, and Maximus says, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "The boneyard." Like,
the bad side, though. The bad side of the boneyard.
Yeah. As opposed to the good side of the boneyard. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he's like, "What about you?" He's like, "I was from Shady Sands." But
and that's the theory how everybody has been asking who the player character is, or who could be the player character.
Yeah.
I genuinely think it's Maximus at this point.
Yeah.
Because, as he said, I don't choose any of this. This all just happens to me.
I don't choose anything that happens to me, yeah.
For him to have the backstory of getting to the Brotherhood of Steel after being found in Shady Sands, the place that has good people, has the dad and the mom that he has, to treat him with respect and to teach him values, for now him to be in the place he is to make this decision, because this is going to be a huge plot line of who gets like cold fusion. Like, who else would you want that in their hands? And I mean, like, you've got some that would say, yes, I'd like to defuse the bomb in Megaton. And then you've got some that would say, no, I think I'd like to see some fireworks. So it's like, right now, it's like season 2 is turning him into the player character with all of this going on in his life.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
Yeah, and I mean, for the show, main character is Lucy and the Ghoul, but I definitely see where you're coming from. Like, in like kind of the game world, Maximus definitely is giving off that the feeling of this is the player character. This is the main character of this video game that you're playing right now.
Because it just makes
game.
me them sitting around the fire. It just makes me think when your companion wants to sit there and talk to you for a minute. You know, like in Fallout 4, and we know a lot of the stuff is Fallout 4. So it's it's like he's building that reputation, that companionship with Thaddeus up again. So it's just seeing Boneyard mentioned. I was so happy. I looked over at my wife. I'm like, oh, here we go. And then it's like nothing else. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it's just I'm from the Boneyard, the bad side. But yeah, because Thaddeus is essentially being like, whoever you give this to is gonna. It's not. There's no good people to give this to, and
He thinks
Maximus
only
is
good
like,
people are rich.
Yeah.
So he thinks in becoming
if you have
rich-
caps, then you're good. So if we become rich, then we can be good, and we can become rich by selling this, because that's like those are only good people. And Maximus is like, no, the Lucy was a good person, and Thaddeus is like, yeah, I would be a good person too if I lived underground my entire life and never had to want for anything and had food.
Had a mountain of food.
Yeah, had a mountain of food, mountain of water, and didn't have to worry about anything. It's like, clearly, well, I mean, Hank's not.
He thinks he is.
Like Mike said, like he thinks that he's doing the right thing. But yeah,
no, he's not.
He's clearly not. But Maximus, he's like, yeah, I'd be a good person too if I never had to worry about it. Thaddeus is like, I was born in the Boneyard, bad side. Maximus says that he's lucky because he grew up in Shady Sands, and he's seen good people. And Thaddeus says, well, if you're lucky, then we're fucked. And they're getting kind of closer as now friends, because the first time we see Thaddeus, he's part of the group that is like beating up Maximus,
and terrorizing, giving him shit. And as he says, well, you remember when I was the new guy, I got the shit beat out of me too.
Yeah.
And so we're just kind of you'll have a new guy one day. And now it's ever since Lucy and Maximus were like, well, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's this whole like, oh, hey, we've come full circle at this point, and now, like you said, they're becoming friends.
Yeah. Yeah. So we leave them, go back to Freeside to the Ghoul, who is still going feral, trying to ask people around for help, and people are just walking past him at this point. Everybody, because it's Freeside. Nobody gives a shit. My only thought of that would be
what you're about to say about the bag and shit, like the stuff just laying on the ground and everybody just walking over it, like that would have been stolen in an instant.
Oh yeah, either that or my only reason, like the only thing that I could think of is why people would help him would just be because they were annoyed. Like, get him the fuck off of there because he's making a lot of noise. And they wouldn't necessarily help him to help him. They would just be like, if we get him off the pole, he'll stop screaming.
I genuinely, it tracks with Freeside, but I'm like, dude, like, why is this? I mean, we had a guy with a sign that says, beat me up for caps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy may have not been able to lift him off the ground very much, but I mean, you could be like, I'll give you caps.
Yeah.
Like, just push me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Something.
But yeah, this is the scene that we talked about where he is willing himself from going feral. My name is Cooper Howard. I have a daughter. Her name is Janie Howard. I've got a family. I have a daughter named Janie Howard. She is alive. And he starts to slowly pull himself up on this pole, just very, very slowly. Very slowly. I don't know how he had the grip, because he's wearing leather gloves, and this thing is covered in blood. Whatever.
Dude, seriously. And you can tell it's not his first time trying.
Yeah.
Because everything's covered in blood.
Yeah.
It's like he's on his last ditch effort of trying to get himself
off of this thing, and he's pulling himself up, and he finally kind of gets his fingers on the top of it to where he can kind of have a little bit of leverage.
Oh shit! What about this? This is a perfect example of how we'll talk about it, but you need to join up against our common enemy. No, I go this alone, but that right there shows that he can't do this alone.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this is one of the things he's missing Lucy so much for, because he's had a partner in crime for this short extended trip.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of those, like, as Lucy hangs out with the Ghoul rubs off on her. And now at this point, after how many times he's tried, he realizes, shit, I I can't do this by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this is a thing, like telling him he can do as much as he can by himself, but he can't fix everything by himself. He can't get out of everything by himself. And he's trying to pull himself up. He gets his fingers above there and is getting to the point where he's almost there, but then, you know, the feral meter is getting higher and higher. And he lets go, and that looks as much as painful as this pull through his body looks. It looked so much worse when you see him slide and then his back just on the like the base of the pole, and he kind of gives up. You know, he knows that this isn't gonna work. And then
closed captions comes in at this point, right?
Does
what? Because so we watch with closed captions because my wife is somewhat hard of hearing. It said creature. It didn't say super mutant. It said creature, and that's why like I sat up and I'm like, okay, this is the moment.
Maybe
this is
Deathclaw?
the moment.
Deathclaw? Yeah.
Oh, Deathclaw.
Yeah.
Super mutant.
Yeah.
Damn it. But okay,
So,
yes.
But yeah, we don't see him just yet, you know.
Right.
We hear creature walking up, and then you just see him break the pole.
Just
gone, and then lift Cooper out. And I think Cooper sees him because he's like, no, and then passes out. And then there was a shot that we all, I mean, especially we did like a 2-hour breakdown or an hour-long breakdown of that last preseason trailer, and we see the shot of, you know, now the super mutant walking through and dragging something with the green light there, and Mike and I are both like, that's a super mutant, right? That probably is. Turns out it is. Yeah, he grabs Cooper, starts dragging him through the woods, drags him past. Do we see? Is this where we see him walk up to a church? We see him walk up to the church.
He walks up to the church, and I wish it was a known location, but from what I can find online, that it's not. Like nobody recognizes it from a known location in New Vegas. And I mean it's like the Vault 22 stuff is like they're pulling stuff in that may have been cut and such. So it's like, oh, okay. We got a new location here or a new meetup spot.
Yeah, I mean, what I do like is that he brings him to a church. But where was the Master and everybody in Fallout 1? At the cathedral. That's
true. Oh,
you know, like I don't think this obviously wasn't. But it's just like that. No.
But it's this the I did not even think about that in like just the significance of that meetup spot. But you want to know what gave it away when it was a super because you don't know it's a super mutant during that walk. It's that meat bag.
That's what I was thinking of. Was that during this? I couldn't remember if that was now when he's dragging him through and he drags him and he goes past the meat bag.
Oh, it may be.
Or if it was. Oh, actually,
I think that's the
right
next. I think that's the. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh no, here it is. Yeah.
So,
okay. So.
Yeah.
And we can pop this up because it's got no sound and it's only on a pause screen here. But as he's dragging Cooper along, passes the Sting of Fire and passes the meat bag. And
instantly in that spot, my wife goes, super mutant.
And
I went,
oh my God, that was me. That was me. When the pole broke, I was like, and then you see like this giant thing lifting him. I'm like, and he's dragging him. You see that? And I just kept gasping. And then I saw the meat bag.
The only thing that made me think in that walking scene was how the hunch looked. How they like the character kind of looked like they had a bit of a hunch, and how they had the veil kind of pulled forward a little bit, so almost like it would be covering a Deathclaw face, but like, dude, it's
right here, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that little bit of hunch and that angle, because angles are so important in film and TV, and that shows you how misdirection you can leave an audience like wondering and building hype for the show and just or whatever the project is by like giving a little small taste and just being like, "Huh, what's going on here? What's
Yeah.
going on?"
Yeah.
But yeah, this little scene right here, the walking up to the church, and then because I was like, "What is that is that like uranium? Like it's like because I look over at my wife, I'm like, the ghoul has not been like crying in pain this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Is that radio?" And then, oh my god,
Yeah.
let's
Oh, yeah.
go.
We'll
Yeah,
get to that because that was
yeah.
fucking gnarly. But yeah, this is. I just wanted to pull this up to see the meat bag and then to see this
Yeah.
church that he brings him to.
Which, by the
Yeah.
way, nice car.
Yeah, it was
Which,
a
by
nice
the
car.
way,
Yeah.
amazing car. And I was kind of trying to figure out like, is there any like, because when I was looking around, I'm like, is there any cathedral that we know of or any kind of like church location that may have had a car or multiple cars? Because you can see it's almost like a congregation or something like that of cars behind there. So like, but is it shown in this? Like, skip ahead like 10 seconds or so.
I think it just
Is
cuts
the
over
is the
to.
paint? Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yep.
It cuts over to something. I have no idea.
Yeah, Vault. So it cuts over to this whole storyline. This has to be leading up to something. But we cut back to Vault 33 and the products of inbreeding support
that's
group.
right. That's right. The VIP list.
The VIP list, and you're not inbred enough, so you can't come
I'm
in.
sorry.
Yeah, it's just
Said
your
you only
third
kissed
or
your
fourth cousin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And this whole thing is just a goddamn fever dream. 'Cause-
Dude, I'm going to tell you this. I don't like when TV shows go into musicals and seeing the automated man scene that we're going to talk about in a bit, like that.
Yeah.
Like, and then in the trailer, I was just like, oh no. Oh, are we going to do an unnecessary? Because my only thing I don't like about musicals and TV shows is they're sometimes unnecessary. Like they feel
There's
like
almost
they're
never
forced.
a time where they are necessary, except for Buffy
Right.
the Vampire Slayer.
I will agree. But that's my thing is like, I'm like, please don't be unnecessary. Please don't be unnecessary. Please. I only get like 45 minutes of this show every week. Please, for the love of God, don't spend like 5-10 minutes on a fucking musical, please. But for it to be like just him just chilling, barely playing, and then uranium fever kicks in. And by the way, if my old roommate happens to see this podcast, I haven't texted you yet to see if you've seen the show, but I'm sorry for the PTSD that you suffered when the show came out, because uranium fever was my alarm clock
Ooh.
for a year.
Yeah.
And so this dude would hear my alarm clock go off at 5:30 in the morning, and it's just uranium fever, and that was the only thing that would wake me up. So like, I could only imagine this fever dream pitch just being like Kyle being like, no, just the Punisher scene, like just rocking back and forth.
I mean, if that's the case, he's already gonna be in a bad space, because that's gonna be the theme song for this episode, the intro song.
Yes.
Yeah, because I like to every episode I grab one of the songs from the episode and use like a little clip of that as the intro stuff, and it can't be anything else besides uranium fever.
It's got to be. This is
know?
the only choice.
Yeah, but we're cutting back and forth between Reg having this essentially like this hallucination of everybody in this group is having so much fun, and he's playing the piano and everyone's singing along and dancing. But as this is happening over here in the real world, Betty is marching down with Vault security. And
Dude, instantly made me think of Fallout 3 security coming up, in the exit scene, and just in general, just like, oh, some shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Oh, some shit's about to go down.
So she, gets to the meeting. They break it up, and as we see him cut to him in the actual world, and he's just hitting a couple of notes like doot 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 do, and then he looks up thinking that everyone's going to be impressed, and they're just like,
Oh,
what are you doing?
Leave me alone.
Because, nope, he's the only one who doesn't understand that they're just there for the snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And the extra rations that they happen to be getting. But Betty comes in and says,
Or
group...
does he?
I think he does. I think he completely understands, but he's like, I have friends, and is telling himself, these people are here because this group is so meaningful and popular, but really, everyone's just there for the snacks, but he doesn't want to lose this false feeling of I'm popular. So she comes in, and it's like, you've been avoiding me. I've been trying to talk to you about this. This group is over. Your snack budget is revoked. We are in a major shortage, and you are using up way too many rations. And he is he's getting this crowd behind him, being like, yeah, you can close the group, but our snack budget isn't going away. And getting everybody up in arms about losing out on these snacks. Because he says, we have a water shortage, and you're feeding everybody salty snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a giant Jello display.
It's just a cake and Jello just chilling there. I'm like, how much water went into making that? Also, how much damn water went into growing those strawberries? Like, their stuff was corn. Like, how much? You ain't doing the corn stuff now. You're doing all the strawberries and everything. And then him, like, in an act of defiance, just grabs the Jello,
eats it,
and just his alpha move, just eats it all. And just like, yeah, that's what. Yeah. What you gonna do now? Just like, I could not help but to giggle.
He does have,
and internally.
Yeah, he does have a very small bit of. Actually, that makes sense, because she's like, you don't get special privileges just because of who your parents were, and he's like,
yeah, that's the whole
point. We all did, because we're in a vault because our parents came into the vault, and this is where we are. This is America. Mm-hmm. This is how we've been, like, trying to do the rah-rah thing. But he does, like, that is, you don't get privileges because of who your parents were. You literally do. Yeah. That's why everybody is here. And then he ends it with, you're from Vault 31, and you wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand. Right.
Because he's still, people still think, nobody gives a damn about the Weevils. And because they still are under the assumption that Vault 31 is essentially this, like, premium vault, and you grow there in luxury, and then you come over to 33 to slum it with them.
And you're always, and 31's always becoming the leader. Like, it's never one of us. It's all, and because he already feels slighted from that vote, and, like, has no task to do, and as the movie said, idle hands, right? Idle hands. Like, next thing you know, Seth Green's gonna be down there, trying to talk to somebody, some blonde-headed guy, about why his hands gotta be cut off. So you never know. It's terrible.
And then loses his head, then it gets taped on, and then Jessica Alba, extremely hot.
Yes,
so hot in that movie.
Confirm.
Jesus Christ.
Just in general.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Cut over to Vault 32. And Davey asks Irv if he's seen Woody, because they were supposed to play checkers with him, and Chet overhears this, and he's like, wait, what? Woody? You haven't seen Woody? Where has he been? And he's like, he didn't show up to play checkers, and he's like, do you want to know the truth?
Oh, dude.
Chet is like,
of course.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And he's like, sit down, grabs a chair, pulls it up. I don't even like checkers.
Dude.
I just play it because Woody likes it, and who doesn't want to make Woody happy?
I think he's probably one of the most relatable characters that make us, like, at least me, instantly think of my grandfather, because you think you're gonna get something, and he's like, just says some of the most off the wall shit, just like,
and he, like, Irv is just he's a vault dweller, like, he is a vault. Obviously born and raised, but he's just like, yeah, this is, my life has been this the entire time. I know this is, everything is correct. Everything is right. And the only reason Woody missed out on checkers is Well, nothing nefarious could have happened because the vault isn't nefarious. The vault is just life.
You know, Woody probably, like me, gets confused at the rights and lefts because we're so used to it this way. It's
Yeah.
probably he just probably took a wrong turn. He'll
Yeah.
be around.
And then Irv, says, "Oh, I should tell the overseer that Woody's missing." I know, is it Davy? Who is it? Davy, not Irv. Irv is the other guy who was holding the... Yeah, so Davy is the one who's like, checkers, blah, blah, blah. And then he apologizes to Chet, being like, "Oh, sorry." Or he says like, "Oh, I should maybe tell the overseer that Woody's missing, but that won't have... Oh, sorry. I don't mean to talk about your wife." And he's like...
What?
"She's not my wife." And he's like, "Oh, well, fiance."
Beyonce.
And he's very confused. And then hears about, like, "Yeah, we saw it on the poster." And he's like, "There's a poster?" Walks down the hall on this poster, right next to a thing that says, "Missing issue of Dean's Electronics." Which made me laugh. And yeah, it's a poster for Steph and Chet are getting married in the atrium tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first he's hearing about it. As
It's
he's
like,
walking around with Chet Jr.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
But I do like when they first cut to Chet, he's like eating a cracker, and then he gets a crumb, and he's just like...
So he just said, like, okay, nobody...
"Oh, yeah, nobody
sees."
saw me drop a crumb on this baby that isn't mine."
Nope. Yep. Which is crazy. Just everything he's going through in that relationship, just like, damn it.
Yeah.
I made the wrong decision back in the vault.
I made the wrong
should've-
decision by going to see if this person was okay after her husband was killed.
I should have not done that.
Yeah. This is another thing that Mike said. He said, Chet, this is his thoughts. "Chet is going to die. Maybe. I wouldn't be shocked if he escaped to Vault 33 or left the vaults entirely, though."
Well,
So,
that's the thing, is like, he already knows what really went on there. So he knows now, with Woody disappearing, that he's probably got somewhere or pushed out of and exited the vault. And he hasn't seen Norm because different vault doesn't know everything's going on. But I hope he doesn't die. I hope he gets pushed out into the wasteland. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of hope everybody, like, I just don't want him to die. I like the character.
yeah. Yeah,
But I can see where Mike's coming from on that one.
Oh, yeah. Like, he knows enough to be dangerous, but he doesn't know everything. He knows that 32 was wiped out, like, essentially, we know the truth and, like, killed the Overseer and everybody died there.
Right.
But he doesn't know about Vault 31.
Right.
Or what's going on in there. And now he knows that Steph was somehow alive pre-war. So he knows enough to be dangerous, but he doesn't know how everything lines up. And I think that is, if he gets into any sort of... Oh, you still there? You frozen? Oh. Can you hear me?
Hello?
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 Okay, yeah, video's frozen. I can hear you, though. There we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was saying yours is frozen and mine was frozen, but I could still hear you that entire time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, weird. Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Good now. But yeah, like, what do you think happened to Woody?
Honestly, I kind of think he got... what I'm hoping is that he got put in to stasis.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that he got put into stasis. Worst case scenario, I think he got.
Yeah,
or he's being tied up somewhere, or I don't know. But I would imagine that since both Betty and her have access to 31, and she's already broken the, only communications through the computer, that she wouldn't be opposed to pushing him off somewhere. But like, where would you? I mean, Woody's not a small guy.
No, yeah, yeah.
So like,
If she got him over there to stasis, somebody would have had to help her.
Somebody would have had to, or like even like hiding the body, somebody would have had to help. So it's one of those things that I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I hope he's just like knocked out or something. But I mean, we know how she can be when the Raiders were there.
Mm-hmm.
We know that she doesn't have a hard time killing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is he just in the vault jail? You know, did she like essentially just make him go down there or something? Because they did show there was like the detention center essentially.
Mm-hmm. So they yeah. I mean,
yeah.
One would hope that she wouldn't, but she's not a good leader. She's
not a good person.
Like, no, well, yeah, but I mean, like she loses her temper. So when you lose your temper, you don't make the best rational decisions. So I could imagine that maybe she freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope she didn't. I hope, like you said, I hope she just put him in jail.
Put him in jail, or put him in stasis or something. Just got rid of him, but without killing him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's now Chet and Steph are getting married tomorrow in the atrium.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, we cut back to the church where we were. The hulking man is what they're referring to him here. Has the ghoul chained up, and he pulls out uranium, and he says like, harmful to them, good for us, which is another like, oh yeah, radiation. And God takes this thing of ore, this glowing uranium ore, and just puts it in the ghoul's body.
Not even gently, just straight
get
on.
in there. Get in there. And this is really the only time, like you said, like he's not screaming out in pain. This is really the only time that he's
been calm.
He's been calm, and he's been like, yeah, there's pain, and I'm like, you can hear kind of the like a tension almost in his voice, but this is the first time that he like almost screams out in pain, for good reason. But then almost immediately, this like he's healing around this thing of ore, which
we never saw that come out, right?
No, as far as we know, like that healed with it in him. Like so that's.
I mean, does that lead to a potential glowing chance down the road? Because I mean, like, that's a lot of radiation coming off that thing. Or did he soak up the radiation like a fusion core to heal? Like, did it just take all of that, and it's now just
essentially
just
a hunk in his body? Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh.
What we could, like, because you're saying like maybe a glowing one situation, like what if, and this is hypothetical because it's something that we see in the games, but specifically with glowing ones, where they essentially just like shoot out radiation from their body. So that's something that we've seen that happens in the universe. What if, like, if this does come back into play, like, what if that's something that he does without actually being a glowing one, but, like, he's getting attacked or something and just shoots out this radiation and kills everybody around him, you know?
Just a radiation blast from his hands, like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it happen in Fallout 76, too. So so, I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, it helps him, you know, it heals him. And this creature still is like, there's a war coming, and we need you healthy. Like, who the hell is this guy? Who is Cooper? Who is Cooper Howard that they need Cooper Howard healthy? Not just we need people. No, we need you healthy.
This is the line that made me question, how does the person know them? Him, or like you said earlier, or their leader.
Yeah.
Like, Because I mean, I get it. It's 200 years. Word around the wasteland travels about this ghoul that dispenses wasteland justice. He survived all these years on
Yeah.
just his sheer will to find his wife and his kid. Takes no shit from anybody. It's easy to understand how they've heard about him, but that is almost said in a way like there's more to it.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they've had a past, or someone's had a past with him. Because if you wanna say the next lines, I love this little bit of
Yeah. He said, like, he is talking to him and says, "We're both called abominations, but we were both created by the Enclave."
the Enclave created us, and now they're trying to destroy us,
Yeah.
and we need to team up we need to team up against our common enemy.
Let's
like-
let's get to here. We can pull this up on the screen. I could try to at least.
So it's funny. Fallout on Prime tweeted out a small little snippet, a vertical bit 6 hours ago. They created our kinds, and then it shows this scene. And we should unite. We should unite against our common enemy. And it's just the super mutant talking to the ghoul this entire time. It's just like it gives you it like I don't know about you, but it gives me goosebumps just hearing just like our common enemy.
Yeah.
How does is it? Are you saying common enemy because it's just the Enclave and they're evil, or are you saying that like you know these people, like we're going to meet, like Coop's going to meet them?
Yeah.
So, but do you think he knew Zig in the first season?
Who, Cooper?
Because he said he's looking, yeah, because he was looking for a doctor when he was looking for the bounty. Do you know? Because
I don't know if he knew who the doctor was, but he
Right.
had the bounty that they're looking for a doctor with a dog.
Right. So that was what going to be my question is like, would it been him that he may have met? Like, because he saw him in the fight scene long enough
Yeah.
to at least, cap him where he did. But like, it always makes me wonder, did he know anybody at the Enclave, or who did he meet potentially with that line being said?
Yeah. I mean, and as we saw, we saw Zig pre-war once again. I think probably in the next scene, but thoughts on the super mutant, the look of the face here.
I got not a problem with it. I got
Yeah.
not a problem with it. It shows a weathered person. And that's the thing I wanted to kind of see is like the kind of look of the scar right there underneath his eye, because it
Yeah.
looks like the same like thing I do in Mass Effect or any kind of game that gives me
the
the
thing I
ability
hear.
to have a scar on my eye, or the three marks. I always do it. I don't know what it is, but I
Yeah.
always just got that scar line like I got in a bad fight with a cat or something.
Yeah.
But that's the scene I wanted to go and look at Charlie's face, to find a close up of Charlie to where you can see his eye color, because
Yeah.
you can see the eye color of the super mutant. You can see all the facial expressions, but the look of the super mutant and the portrayal of just like a weathered down person that has been alive for such a long time. I'm just like, dude, I'm happy with it. I've
This is
got
an-
not a problem with it.
Old super mutant. Once again, been around for a long time, but who either he knows Cooper, but Cooper doesn't recognize him at least.
Because
Or-
the look on Coop's face is
The look on Coop's
Sheer
face isn't
terror.
necessary. Well, it almost seems like he knows that it's a super mutant, and he's met super mutants. in the past.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like a look of terror, like he knows who this, like he knows what a super mutant is,
Yeah.
because like right when he opens his eyes and has that look of just like, oh God, what's going on? It's
I think this is actually
like that.
after. Because he
Like
opens his eyes, he looks
even
around, and he can tell.
yeah, he knows right here. He's just like, oh god. But then even right there where you see the super mutant face, just the second before of him, in that moment, he's like, it's just a look of sheer terror.
There's a war coming, and we need you healthy.
Oh my god.
We need you healthy.
Yeah, not him. We.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is like the beginning. This is like the beginning of the scene.
Which, by the way, I love those drawings,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my god. I have like I've only seen the episode once. I haven't had the chance, like you said, to go back and watch it again. But that's one of the things that I will be pausing on to see in the drawings from the entire bit, just to like look at them and figure out like what's going on.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, that pole not being round sure did leave a round hole. You know.
Yeah, that was a square pole.
You know what? No. He's been trying to get himself up, so he's wiggled around a bit. It makes sense now.
Fair,
It makes
fair.
sense, you know.
Yeah, fair. All right.
It's
yeah,
like
back.
watching the engineer react to putting the block game, where it's like, okay, this shape goes in this hole. Now this shape, no, not that one. It makes perfect sense. This tracks.
Yeah. But he, was like, maybe you need friends. We need you. And he says, no, I do things alone. I've been doing things alone for 200 years. And he's like, yeah, how's that been working out for you? And then essentially like, if you won't join us, then you can't know where our clubhouse is, and knocks him out.
Which makes me feel like that's more than just a meeting spot.
Yeah. Well,
Because,
it already had everything here with like the
right,
at least shit
but
to chain them up and the meat bags and everything.
But that's like, that could be a meeting spot. But like the way he says, like, you can't know where we're at, like, shit. Okay, this is a little bit. We only got to see this small building. What's behind this building?
What's behind this building, or what? If this isn't, you can't know where we live. Like, is this where they live, or is this just like this is one of their places where they do kind of bring people to at first? But yeah, there's got to be somewhere else where there's, if not more super mutants, like somebody else that the Ron Perlman's working with. But yeah, so cut back to the Lucky 38. Cooper and Barb are arguing, and Cooper's essentially like, Barb is trying to tell him, yeah, I'm doing this because wouldn't you do anything to protect our daughter? And he's like, you're talking about killing millions of people and setting off bombs. And she's like, yeah, but wouldn't you do it to save our family? What would you do? And so, and then, yeah, she says the line like, there are worse people than me. I'm essentially trying to make it as like, I'm trying to make it as easy or as like safe as possible, but there's worse people than me. And he's like, who the hell could be worse than you? Because in his mind, she goes to this meeting with everybody and she says, we dropped the bombs. War never, like, she's the fucking ringleader. But we get the flashback to the headquarters. So after this meeting that she has with Robert House, she says, Betty, go get me all the information that we have on cold fusion, how it's stored, everything. Get it to me as quickly as possible. And Betty says, is that a good idea? And Barb says, nothing that's happening is a good idea. So we're learning as the audience that Barb is not this cold, evil, like, manipulating, we're going to drop the bombs because it's going to make us a lot of money. Like, we're learning as the audience that she is doing what she can to keep her family safe, but at the same time, she's like, something's going on here that I don't like, and I'm trying to do what I can to stop it from happening as much as I can.
And I mean, that's such a turning point to see, because I mean, it's like the entire time we've thought Barb is this cold, calculated, callous asshole.
This entire
And
time
now
we
it's
thought
just
she was
like-
Steph.
Yeah, and now it's just like, oh, sweet gentle Jesus. She, that's it's a valid question what she asked Coop about. Wouldn't you do it for Janie?
Yeah.
Like it's. And I mean,
Yeah.
look at now after all this time, how much death and destruction has been done in the name of finding his wife and daughter.
Yeah. But yeah, then we see him, or we see her go into an elevator. Somebody's in there, but we don't see him, and then we just hear his voice say, "You are a replaceable cog in the machine."
Just as I am.
Just
if
as I
don't
am.
Deliver if I don't deliver this message.
And it's Zig, the guy from who escaped the Enclave in season 1 with cold fusion. And then, he lost his head a little bit, but
Yeah, found his way.
But yeah, he essentially tells her what to say. You're gonna be in a meeting with the leaders of Vault-Tec and Big MT and West Tech and RobCo, and you need to tell them to drop the bombs. And
which goes back to the theory that some have had about actual House in the first season being overseeing that, but I don't think it was now. Like over that meet, like up there in the thing, I don't think it. I think it was an Enclave member.
I'm fairly certain that was somebody from that was somebody from the government. Because these are all like the leaders of the corporations. But yeah, that was definitely somebody from the government, more than likely at this point now that we know, like from the Enclave. But you could see the terror in her face, like, oh my god, I have to go in there and tell them this. I have to keep going along with this, even though I know it's evil and how bad it is. And goes back to them in the hotel room, and Cooper's like, because she's essentially telling Cooper all of this stuff. We're seeing it as she's telling it to Cooper, and he's like, who threatened you? Because like almost immediately, like his like husband, he's like, wait, who threatened you? Like, I know that I'm mad at you, and I know that I think you're evil, but who threatened you? Who threatened my wife? She doesn't know. But she believed him enough to be like, I have to go in to do this, because I don't know who this guy is, but I literally just said, get me all the information on cold fusion, because I'm afraid something bad's going to happen, and this guy somehow knew it. So I don't know who this guy is, but he's
here.
He's telling the truth. I don't know him, but I know that he's telling me the truth, and I don't like the truth. And yeah, she says, I don't know who it was, and she's trying to talk Cooper out of like going to do something reckless and going to find out more. She says, let's see. She says, the deal is going to go ahead anyway with this cold fusion for the automated man trade. And, like, I'm your wife, you know me. And that's when we hear him say, I don't know if I do know you. But just a moment ago, like, it's the acting in this scene between these two. Like, Barb is playing this, this is a person who is doing all this stuff, like I said, under duress to save her family. Like, she's like essentially like, I'll go to any lengths to save my family, to save her husband, not just her daughter, like to save her family. And he goes into this room thinking that she is the one who's going to drop the bombs, and is learning, no, he's almost in the mindset of she's doing what I would do to save our family, to save our daughter, but it can't really, accept that fact that he was wrong.
Well, and the thing too, you got to think about it as well. He just heard from House that there's an unknown party, and now his wife is backing that up, that this is somebody she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And so
Threatening
it's
her.
kind of like a validation of what Hal said to him, and it's kind of a validation of, like you're saying, like, oh shit, I was wrong to think my wife was capable of this.
Yeah.
Like, oh god. And so,
But he he doesn't know her because he can't think of that, like, because he's not in that situation where if you don't go into this meeting and say drop the bombs, we will kill you, we will kill your family. He's not in this in his mind. Yeah, what would you do? And he's like, I don't know. But she was in that situation. She didn't have this luxury of saying, yeah, I don't know what I would do. She made the choice.
Also, she's not a trained soldier like he is.
Yeah.
So
And she
different.
kind of brings that up. She's like, "You've killed before to save your family." And he's like, "This is millions of people. Like, how many people? Essentially, like, how many people is worth it to save our family? To give them, like, this is going to happen. As much as I want this to not happen, like, this is going to happen. We will be safe. Like, our family will be safe. And what's the price? How many people would it take? You know, But she's doing all this to make sure her family's safe because she believes in Vault-Tec enough to know that if I'm in this position that I'm in, we will get into one of these vaults. And we will get into one of the good ones. Because she's privy to some of these vaults are not the good ones.
Well, and she got to make the decision on where the water chip fails.
Yeah. Yeah. So she knows, okay, we're going to go here and here, or we're going to go here because it's safe. The water chip here is going to be good. Everything's fine. Yeah. But he leaves the room. She's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "To fucking do something." Like, he swears at her. And this door's weird. Little tiny side tangent. This door has, like, the handle's like in the middle of the door.
You know, when they were designing stuff back then, they look future tech. It's so much cooler to open it from the middle, and stuff like that. I don't get it.
How are you gonna? What happens if the knob breaks? You have to get a whole new goddamn door. You have to get a special piece at least.
Well, these people are rich. They don't care about money.
Whatever.
They don't care. And look at the stuff we got nowadays. In 2025, 2026, you think, who the hell designed this? What engineer didn't design this, not thinking about... it's irritating. It's irritating.
But back to modern day. Lucy is in the facility with Hank, leading him past everything, and he's essentially like, he's like saying hi to people, just going about his normal day, and they go into the room where everyone's sitting at the desks, and they're like, what's going on? Like, she drops somebody drops something on the ground and makes a giant noise, and he turns around, he's like, "Oh,
it's okay.
It's okay. This is my daughter. She's going to take me to over here to dispense justice."
And that's a good thing.
And that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
And once again, Lucy's like, "What is going on?" But in her mind, she's like he's doing the right thing. She's doing the right thing. She's like, "Open the door and leave it open so they can leave." And he's like, "Okay, go ahead. Let them know." And she's like, "We're gonna leave, but we're gonna leave the door open so you guys can be free." And all of them are like,
"What if we don't want to go?
What if we don't want to go? It's nice in here. We've got air conditioning." Yeah. And like Mike said, like, Hank is saving the Wasteland by taking away all their humanity. So these people are all in the mindset like, this is safety, and relatively, they're right.
I mean,
like,
to their experience in the Wasteland, this is the safest place they've ever been.
Yeah.
And yes, they're safe, but at the cost of their soul, or like, just any choice they ever want to make outside of what they've been regulated to do.
So I'm curious about this automated man technology, because they seem like, I don't know how to explain, like, where the line is between, like, a complete lack of free will and, like, them just being essentially synths and being programmed to just do this one thing. And
what I think it is it takes away the aggression part.
Yeah.
Like the bit of chemical that gets pumped into your system for any kind of, like, well, I deserve a promotion, or any form of
any sort of disobedience
aggravation
or something. Yeah.
Right, yeah. They make it to where you still may have like the choice, like the show that oh gosh, I can't remember his name. We were just talking Woody, that Woody's on.
Ooh,
Where
oh, Severance.
when you clock
Yeah,
in, you're a whole different person than you clock out. So maybe it's like a clock out. You still don't have the aggravation, but while you're clocked in, you're I'm trained. I'm doing a job that I'm told to do. I'm doing what I'm told to do, you know, sort of thing.
yeah,
But that you don't still have to worry about getting into a fight because it's one big utopian paradise,
yeah.
or something like that.
Like where is because it would have been, I think, like it'd be telling if she's like, you can leave, you're free, and they just turn around and be like, what are you talking about? We are free. No, they're like, but what if we don't want to go back out there? So they know that
But
they came from somewhere,
right.
but they're
But
still
I mean, it's like
they have no aggression and they're like subservient to what they're doing here. So like, where is the
yeah.
what is this thing doing really? You know?
I mean, it's makes them very where they take directions because as we know in the first episode when the dude beats up his friends with the swatter, you know, so I definitely I think they for them to talk back about like we like it down here, there's still some of them in there. I mean, even the lady who used to eat people
Yeah.
and was a cook now cooks and makes snacks,
Makes trail mix. It's the best trail. You
trail
gotta
mix.
have
That's
some.
you gotta try some. Oh no, I think I'm. I mean, which is
Thank you, though.
strange though because she had flea soup
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but I mean like I would have tried it. I mean,
But
I,
even like
it
even that
was
little
once
interaction, you've got to try some.
right.
Oh no, thank you. Like she's still
She's still
being this.
there.
She's still polite and she's being oh no, thank you.
Right.
I don't want any of your trail mix.
Right.
But yeah, so they don't want to leave. So they know enough to where they don't want to go to the surface, but they don't have the free will to just be like, oh, but I don't want to do this here. This is the greatest thing in the world is me doing this little job here, whatever I'm doing at this table. But as before they can leave, Chicken Fucker brings in, his name is Biff, apparently the NCR
Yep.
guy Biff, and a Legionnaire, who have the things implanted in their minds, but they have not actually just been activated. So he brings them in. They're tied to chairs and they're just trying to get out and everything. And he's like, "Oh, boss, should I press the button? This big red glowing button? Because we haven't pressed the button on them yet. Should I button?
Which by the way just seems like a complete plant from Hank.
Oh,
It
100%.
seems like a complete like, hey, when my daughter wakes up, make sure to come in, like to bring these people in at this exact time. It's like he's running an experiment on his daughter by bringing
Yeah.
in two people from the Wasteland and asking, like, what do you think we should do, Sugar Bomb? What do you think?
Yeah.
Should
Should we
we
just let
send
them
them
go?
off?
Because they want to kill
Or-
each other. Yeah. And it's definitely he had this planned enough to like, yeah, if we're leaving, because if I know my daughter, and if she hasn't been completely destroyed by the
Changed.
Wasteland yet, she is going to want to bring me to justice and want to bring me back to Vault 33, and she is going to do what she thinks is right. And to make sure that she knows what I'm doing is right, she needs to see this. So, if we're here, bring them out, let one of them escape, and then even when this, because he then even knows she is going to see why this is the right thing, and she is going to press the button herself. So no, don't press it. Don't press the button. My daughter says no. She has to do it. And when this guy's attacking her, he knows she will press the button because she's either she's going to kill this guy or she's going to press the button, but she's really in no harm. She's in no, like, she's not in the path of harm. Not in harm's way. That's it. But yeah, so they, he's like, no, we don't need to don't press the button because my daughter says no. And then the Legionary breaks free, starts attacking Biff. Lucy gets in there because nobody else is breaking it up because none of them are told to break it up. So they're just like, oh yeah, this happened. That's unfortunate. Huh. I'm glad we're not them. You know?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man. Damn, sucks.
Yeah,
Mondays,
but
am I right?
she gets in between them. She pulls him off, and then this legionary is choking her. She reaches back, and I love that too. Like she's being choked out right in front of the woman whose job it is to sharpen the pencils. And
She used to kill people.
yeah, and she
a
reaches
mean
back for a
pencil
pencil, and she's
sharpener.
like, "Do you want a pencil?" He's like, "Yeah." Grabs it, stabs this dude, and then gets.
Which honestly, at that point, I thought Lucy was going to kill him.
Yeah,
I genuinely at that point thought, okay, stab, and then she's going to follow up. She's going to kill him, and then she doesn't kill him. I'm like, that's odd.
I thought that, like, because when she grabbed it, I assumed, like, she was, I thought she was just gonna, like, stab him in the neck or in the eye, like,
Right.
somewhere where, like, this could, maybe even, like, accidentally kill him, like, with the gun earlier, but no, like, I think she, like, stabs him in the,
Which
the
she
rear.
stabs him in the side. Which, by the way, we
Yeah.
don't see what the Vault shop owner's holding. It never panned over his hand, and she looked surprised of what he had. Like the pole is always over his hand,
Mhm.
and he was reaching for something, and she
Well-
looked surprised. So I think he was pulling a weapon.
No, I think that's what he was doing, because we see in that last episode, like, she's essentially like, don't do anything, and he kind of
Don't-
glances over, and there's,
But he's reaching behind him like
Yeah.
he's pulling something out of his waistband, but that pole covers up his wrist from his wrist to his hand, so nobody knows what Lucy saw. Was it a weapon, or was it her own Kim's that called, like, for her to be on high alert? And why was she surprised at what she saw in that person's hand?
What I took it as was, because she's like, stop or else I'm gonna have to graze you, and then there were guns right next to this guy, like on the wall, and if I remember correctly, like he went to grab one of those, and she saw him and shot him to graze him, but because she was
I thought it
high,
was-
she killed him, and that's what she was surprised about, was that, because she walks over and she's like, see, I told you, you should, blah blah blah, like she's talking to this guy like,
That's
oh
true,
yeah,
yeah.
I grazed him, but she's surprised that she actually killed him.
Which honestly, it did look like where she shot him, it shouldn't have killed him.
Yeah. But yeah.
I wonder what happened to that lady afterwards. Just Wasteland.
It's Freeside.
That little, yeah, it's one of those things that pops in my head constantly. Just, I wonder what that story is from that lady that day.
Yeah.
But that's a completely tangent.
Yeah.
Full of those.
Yeah, so she's getting choked, she's getting, almost killed, stabs the dude with a pencil, and then this guy turns back around, sees Biff, because they're mortal enemies still, NCR, Caesar's Legion, grabs a stapler and is hitting him in the head with a stapler over and over again. It won't stop until she presses the button.
I wish it was like red. I wish it was a red stapler or something like that. EMA stapler.
It was a weird looking stapler, actually.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was a mallet. I didn't
That's what I
even
thought, too.
realize it was
Yeah.
staple. Because I thought I saw it go into his head and his head get deformed for a second,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, he's dead. And I'm like, oh, is those staples? Oh, good God, what is he hitting him with a stapler? And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, sweet gentle Jesus, this is a terrible way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Death by 1,000 staples.
Yeah, don't worry. Like, you could get stapled in the head multiple times. It'd be fine. Where's it at? Oh, you can kind of see it where the vault head or the vault boy is.
Yeah.
There's a piece. That white thing is a piece of a broken piece of a door
Oh,
that is
okay.
signed by a bunch of professional wrestlers from a
okay.
from a GCW
I-
show where they use staplers as weapons, and they
let's
staple
be
each
real.
other all the time.
Mick Foley went through a lot more than just a few staples in the head, so
Yep.
I can
Yeah.
seize it.
And he's mostly fine, missing an ear. But yeah, she presses the button and they immediately
best
stop.
friends.
And the other thing, like when she presses the button, he has the stapler in his hand and he's like, whoa, that's weird. And then he looks down and he's like, oh, are you okay, buddy? And this guy's like, oh, I kind of got a headache. What's going on? He's like, oh, let's get you out of there. Like he doesn't immediately forgets that both of them immediately forget that they were just fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's the one who put these staples in his head. He's like, let's get you some help, bud. So yeah. And yeah, she's very confused. And she's conflicted, obviously conflicted that
At this moment, she realizes, out of everything she's seen up top, her dad just said it's just people fighting over needless things like bottle caps, and she has all of this going through her head of like, and that's what you got to wonder, like, what is this going to do to her mentally for the next episode? And I genuinely think the next episode we'll see it, like, but I think it's mainly going to be a predominant Ghoul, Thaddeus, and Maximus episode with a little bit of them slipped in there.
So because we see her, we saw in the preseason trailer like her in that yellow dress, driving around in the golf cart. So like I'm wondering if she goes into that dress willingly, if she's almost kind of like almost buying in, and then sees something that like maybe she's almost buying in, and then she finds the Ghoul's family, and that kind of is like, oh shit, never mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because we know that they're down there.
Right. Well, we think they're down there. Okay.
We know that,
blur.
yeah,
it's a Gaussian blur over their tubes. So
so we know that their names are down there.
Yeah. Right.
That's something. So yeah, whether or not like does she go into that dress willingly, or
does she unfreeze? Does she unfreeze the daughter and wife?
Yeah.
And then we don't see her. Maybe she's playing along, because like I said earlier, I genuinely feel like this was a setup from the Ghoul and her.
Okay, so from both of them?
Yeah, so from the Ghoul standpoint of saying, hey, I'm about to give you to your father. There was a reason why I gave you the Addictol. I'm going to have to syringe you. Because he he talks to her earlier in the episode about how he never thought about there being a vault in Las Vegas. He's checked all around, and Hank's gone to Las Vegas. They just saw basically guard dogs sitting in front of the location that he was at pre-war.
Yeah.
Guarding this place. And like I just something inside of me is like, it almost seems like a play of when he goes over there and lets her throw up at the window. He didn't have to go over there and open the window for her and kind of be like, oh, I'm checking in on you. He's about to give her away. He's a psychopath, but he's not like that bad off. But like it's almost like she knows, but also that punch is like it is anger because she hasn't processed it. So maybe she realizes his family's down there, but maybe it's a play of like, hey, we now know where my wife and daughter are, and this has been the whole mission since the entire time. And the Ghoul is he knows what manipulation is. He knows that it's either a bluff from Hank, but he knows that Hank really wants his daughter. So now he wants to break in or somehow get his wife and daughter out of there. So you have to wonder if what we've seen of her in that yellow dress is her playing along to walk around and see, but we don't see Barb or Janie with her on the golf cart. So it's just one of those things. It's like I just want to think that it was a play, like from them two.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't think it was a play between those two. I do think that it's a play from the Ghoul. I don't think it's just him being like, I'm going to give him, his daughter, and then I know my family's safe and I'm fine. I think he, got her the addict doll so that she would be, almost cognizant enough to kind of see what's happening. And then shot her with the trank, and I'm betting there was a tracker in that trank.
Oh, I didn't.
So his plan was trank her, leave, and then wait until this tells me kind of exactly how to, because he knows that there's a vault somewhere, doesn't know where it's at. So
doesn't know the entrance either.
Yeah, he doesn't know the entrance. So he's like, okay, I get this. I get her in there. She's going to get me in there, and I'm going to get her.
Because it's like we talked about earlier. His choice was, well, my option would be do more drugs.
Yeah,
and then instantly gets the dick doll. Just like, so yeah. No, I'd like
to get her.
Like I didn't even think. I did not even think about the tracker
idea. And like think of it almost like a, going back to what I think it was episode 1 or 2 of this season, where they're in the hospital. You get attacked by the rad scorpions, and she gives the stim pack to the Legion woman, and then she's like, I'm going to bring her back, and I'm going to come back to save you. And he says, golden rule, motherfucker. So tie this back to it. His plan, get this tracking thing in her to get her there, and then he is going to, he's going to go back over there and save her. He's going to come back for her. It's going to help him, obviously, to get him into the vault to find it. But his plan is essentially let her get taken, and then I'm going to come back for her, and we'll, we're still helping each other. She's not aware of it, which is why then, he gets blindsided by her waking up with the power fist, and then, because I don't think him getting knocked out onto a pole like that is part of his plan.
Right. I think if she was involved in it, I think that would just be her full on rage mode of. But I don't. Yeah, landing on a pole definitely was not in his.
It almost, because that seems like a bit of a, hitting him in the face with a fucking power fist, and then afterwards she's like, oh, and we were just becoming friends, something like that. That seems like a bit overkill. If it was just she wakes up and chicken fucker's there, and she just punches him or something, and then passes out, that'd be like, oh yeah, they're making it look believable. But knocking him out with a power fist, something that could legitimately just knock his fucking head off with one hit. But yeah, I think that he has a tracker in her, and he did this trade because he's like, yep, you go there, and once she's there, and I know exactly where she's at and how to get there, I'm gonna go down there, and I'll save her, but I will also know where my family is. But I do think it's definitely a play on his part. Now, like I said, next episode, why did she end up in the dress? Or if not next episode, the one after, but why did she end up in the dress? Did she put herself in that because she's buying into it? Or is she doing that because she's playing along with it? Or was she threatened? So that's a...
Yeah, because it's going from the dynamic of she's in charge right now. But in the trailer for the whole season, we see her in that yellow dress, and it would have made sense in that moment for her to already be in the yellow dress, leading out of the vault. But now it's the question of why is she wearing the yellow dress? Because you wouldn't wear that to go out into the wasteland. That would just draw unwanted attention. So it's a head scratcher on what's going on, and so.
Well, I think she thinks she's in charge, but I think Hank knows he's in charge this entire time.
Hank.
You know what I mean?
Hank knows.
Hank is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with you, obviously. But let's let me go here and say goodbye to my friends, and then we'll go with you. We'll go to the vault. Don't worry about it. Let me just go say bye to them, and then bring them in. Let her see what this thing does, and then maybe what? If she sees it, she'll understand. She's my daughter. She'll understand. But yeah. But yeah, the last scene that we get, we go back to Lucky 38. Actually, a second to last scene. There's one right shortly afterwards. But they go back. We go back to the Lucky 38 pre-war. Cooper has left the room and he's gone back downstairs. So it's still that night of the party. So yeah, she must have given him something that was actually oh no, you're good now. Goes downstairs, sees Hank, and then we cut to the room, and Hank is essentially Cooper is dragging him into the room and puts him in the chair because he's like, oh, hey, I'm a big fan. I didn't think he liked me, you know? Like, he went down there, he sweet-talked Hank, he got him more drunk, brought him up there, and then he was doing his plan.
Which, by the way, those drugs must have worked wonders because he was not at all inebriated. He was sober as a judge.
Good.
So...
Yeah. But yeah, so we see, you know, he puts something into Hank's drink, and he's talking to Hank, being like, oh, yeah, no, I never didn't like you, kind of just buttering him up, gives Hank this drink. Snap cut, Hank is out. Not dead, because, once again, Cooper was not going to kill anybody. If he wouldn't kill Robert House, the guy who's getting this cold fusion, he's not going to kill Hank.
Right.
Gets the suitcase, opens up the suitcase, and we see the injector that we saw in season 1. And I had completely forgotten about it, and I was like, the fuck is this thing?
Dude, I looked at it, and I'm like, what's that liquid in there? What in the hell? And my wife, of all people, looked over at me and goes, that's what the doctor used to put the cold fusion in his head. And I'm like, wait, is that just the way they transport this?
Yeah.
Like, is this just okay, the craziest secret's going to be right here in my head, and you're going to think it's in this case the entire time?
It's a bit of a weird way to do it, because you'd think that, okay, the cold fusion is this little relic, and we can put it into somebody's neck where you don't know it's there. Yet we're going to handcuff the way to get this out to this person to make him a target.
Dude, it makes no sense. It genuinely makes no sense. And honestly, with how easily what happens next, it almost makes me think there's a false cavity or something that he put in there early on, because it's just, she's like, you go ahead, because I don't want to.
Yeah, well,
step on the next scene.
Yeah, he pulls this out, and he doesn't know what it is, and then he tries to wake up Hank to ask him. Like, Hank's just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this is no." Like, you wake him up, he's gonna know exactly. He's gonna see that you opened up this thing. He's not gonna trust you. He's gonna try to yell. But anyway, Barb comes into the room and sees that Hank is here. Sees this thing, and Cooper kind of turns around with this thing like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But she knows exactly.
I didn't kill him. He's just he's knocked out. I didn't kill him.
He's alive. I don't know what this thing is. I was wrong, because I was getting, I wanted this cold fusion. I was wrong. And she's like,
without saying a word,
grabs this, shoves it into his neck, pulls it out. It's the cold fusion, and she gives it to Cooper. Because she.
But the thing.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the reason that I say that it must be like something there is because there's no blood.
Oh yeah, and there was no blood before.
You don't see anything, and so it's just like, it makes me wonder if there's like a false cavity put right there, and because she knows exactly where to go. Yeah. And she doesn't know anything about cold. She's like, so did Betty find some information for her, or so.
I think she had to have known. Well, she obviously knew what cold fusion was. Like, she had to have been privy to, we're going here to trade this to Robert House, and this is how, so to get it out of Hank, because he, he's not trained to be able to do it himself. This is what we're doing. Oh, right, so she's aware of what this, how to get it. I'm just assuming. Yeah. We don't know. It's like she's privy enough to know that we're coming here to trade this to Robert House for this automated man thing, but she didn't know that Cooper knew, and she's been trying to. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more with them. Kind of going back now that we know that she's not part of the plan. Where now we see kind of her before it being like, okay, so I'm gonna go here with this guy who's got the cold fusion in his neck, and I'm going, like, how am I going to get this away from him so we don't make this trade? How am I going to try to stop this from happening? How am I going to stop this? And we get more information that her and Cooper are essentially trying to do the same thing, but neither of them know it. And then going back to what you said,
they say, communication is key.
Yeah. But then going back to what you said, earlier, because obviously when we first see Cooper Howard in pre-war, he's separated from his wife. She's found out almost, like, how did this happen? How did Cooper Howard get this thing? Blah blah blah, and she plays along, and they're working together, being like, yeah, he's a pinko. I'm gonna divorce him, but we're gonna share our child, and I'm gonna let him bring the child to, like, things like, and that's their way of making sure they still get into a vault, at least the two of them, Janie and Barbara. But yeah, like your kind of theory almost that this divorce is a plan for him to be like, let's do this because that'll keep you safe, and I trust you now. Where I thought you were the devil, and now that we've talked, communication is key. Now that we've actually talked, we know that we're both actually on the same side. We're both trying to stop something from happening, but we don't know how. But yeah, she pulls out the cold fusion and gives it to Cooper, because once again she knows, like, this is her husband, and I think this scene specifically lends credence to they're now working together, and they know that they can trust each other, and their bond is even more, like, their bond is actually there. But that's not where we end the episode. We go back to Maximus and Thaddeus, who are asleep by the fire. Dogmeat runs up with Cooper's hat and drops it, barks, wakes them up, and Maximus looks over and he's like, I know that hat. And Dogmeat just turns around and starts walking away. Yeah, pretty much. Follow me. Come on. Hey, quest time. And yeah, they follow him apparently all night, because then it's the morning. So did they sleep? I don't know. Time works super weird. Time and distance in this show is.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
They should have invented fast travel.
My head theory is that, a lot of times, like, when we're playing the games and people do like this is, it's the real map of Boston, but everything is just kind of moved closer together. But if you spread it out, then it's actually Boston. No, that's the world. Boston, their Boston is that tiny. You know what I mean? Like, their California is that small, so you can walk there in a day. Yeah, no, they follow him. They follow Dogmeat with the hat, and Dogmeat brings them right to the Ghoul, who is
Fuck.
I
love that.
And then Thaddeus. Hey. Yeah.
So hey, how's it going, man?
How's it going, man?
You doing good?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a little clip I saw from, obviously probably from the next episode, where they're talking to each other, and he's like, yeah, I'm a ghoul like you, but this is still here. Why can't it drop off?
I got it.
Still got the nose. God. Why is it? Wish it would fall off. Trying to, in his own weird way, build repertoire. Build a rapport.
Hello, my good sir. I too.
Yeah.
Do you have this mouth on your shoulder? Like,
you got one of these?
You got one of these? Yeah. Like, look. Yeah.
I feel like he does this, and Cooper's like, oh, no, ew,
get away from me.
The fuck are you?
Who are you?
There's also there's some some people theorizing that he isn't a ghoul. Thaddeus is not a ghoul.
He's a centaur.
And a centaur.
I've heard that. I've heard that brought up a few times, and I'm like, it would track with the extra teeth. I don't even know. I don't know if he's a centaur. I don't even know if we know what he's going to. I think he's going to be something new.
Yeah.
I don't. Because I think by now the transformation into a centaur is because it's more than just one. It's like an amalgamation of many into one. So I think if it is a centaur, it's a different centaur breed than we've ever seen.
Because it's only one
Plus, yeah.
person.
Plus,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know the strain that he was injected with. And,
Yep.
I mean, there's so many different strains of FEV. The crazy thing is Thaddeus's choice of pulling out the gun made the chicken fucker's choice of, you know what, actually, fucker, here we go. I've got something special for you. Because he was going to give him something good, but then that moral choice was like, no, I'm gonna reach over here now, and I'm gonna give you this one.
Yeah.
Which have you heard the theories going around about who that the old chicken could potentially be from some people?
I think I've seen some people say that it's the courier.
Yeah, because of the scar
From New
on the
Vegas.
head and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't believe it's the courier. It would make sense why he went crazy and why he knows Fisto already. But also, if you finish that quest, a lot of people know Fisto. So
Fisto's very popular.
he's a very popular automechanical robot.
Yeah.
And if you've never played New Vegas, you should absolutely find them. And remember, quality control is key. Quality control. You have to always know things are quality.
Yeah. And then over the credits, this was fun. It's because we always see like just a little scene that's kind of related to something in the credits. But it's back at Vault-Tec headquarters, and it's a pamphlet for like, oh, so you're gonna put your brain into a roller brain.
So you're gonna remove your brain.
Yeah, and then it kind of pans out, and it's got like a Grognak comic book there. It's kind of like spread out, goes back. It's Bud Askin's desk in his office, and then as it pans out more, we see Cooper Howard movie posters all around the room.
You want to know the fun thing about that scene? Is you can tell what Fallout is the majority Fallout by what someone notices in that room. Because you've got the Grognak magazines.
Yeah.
You've got the Cooper Howard posters. You've got the ye old dadgummit, it's from the Alien DLC Giddy Up Buttercup. You've got the Giddy Up Buttercup over there in the corner. But you want to know how you can tell somebody's a Fallout 76 player?
Yeah.
Is their brain and their eyes instantly go to the Mr. Fuzzy plushie that is sitting on the top shelf, because so many of my Fallout 76 friends did not say anything about the Grognak. They didn't say anything about the Giddy Up Buttercup. They went, oh my God, Mr. Fuzzy plushie confirmed in Bud Askin's room. And I was like, oh, you're right. It was in there. It's so like, it's at the very top.
Yeah.
And I was even one like, yep. So yeah, right here.
Let's see here. Got a Vault Boy. Actually,
you got the.
I just want to back up just a wee bit because I think we can maybe show this with no sound.
Yeah. So you're thinking of having your brain removed. Which,
press
by the
play
way,
here.
the transcending thing for Fallout 76 players, it's definitely one of those that you're like, oh no, we're doing another guided meditation. Oh no, this is listen to my voice as we transcend into
Fuck.
calm. Fuck.
Thaddeus. Hey.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
How you doing? That's crazy.
He's just a nice dude, Thaddeus.
I love Pemberton.
Yeah.
Pemberton's so cool.
So this is, and I don't think that any of these really have a meaning other than just, hey, these are fun Easter eggs. So you think of having your brain removed.
I think they're all just like plot points and just little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Like showing
Bud
Askins was a huge fan. Like he said, senior junior
vice president.
I will always just go with the assistant to the assistant manager.
The assistant to the assistant manager. Yeah.
You know. Damn it, Dwight. My office now.
Let's see.
But yeah, you see the Vault Boy, you got the Giddy Up
we
Buttercup.
got the Vault Boy, got the nuke thingy here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see my cursor on the recording, but yeah, so we've got a Vault Boy. I was honestly just so focused on looking at all these Cooper Howard posters, but I can see the foot already.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then right there, you've got the
There
Mr.
we
Fuzzy
go.
plushie just on the top, and which brings in Camden Park to be canon in the
It's
Fallout
canon.
TV show.
Yeah, Mr. Fuzzy. We've got an Alien Blaster toy with another Grognak. Oh, is this
It
a
looks like
Chinese robot?
Futurama. No, yeah, it does look like a Liberator, honestly.
Liberator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, wait.
I genuinely, my brain went to, it looks like a very early version, if it is, because those ain't that slender and that thin.
Yeah.
But then you got the holotape up there, and you got some of the robot toys. I wonder what's in that Vault-Tec box on the third shelf on the right, on the bottom. That bottom shelf, because it's just like, it's like, what's going on there?
Okay.
Um,
I just changed it so they can see my cursor here.
Okay. Yeah.
So Mr. Fuzzy, Vault Boy, all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nuke something or other. This maybe a
nuke.
Liberator.
Yeah.
Small one.
Could be.
Like a hey, we know that the Chinese are making these, so we're making a toy out of it.
That would be Vault-Tec.
Yeah, just a robot. I think we've probably seen this robot toy in the game.
Probably, maybe. But then you got your holotape right there.
Holotape, little Grognak doll there. Yeah, I think these robots, like we've seen these robot toys in toy shops in the games.
I'm pretty sure we have. But yeah, that it's just like as you back out of this spot, you see the different offices, and the wife and I were sitting there watching this, and I'm like, all right, now we really need to pay attention to this. She said, why? I was like, this is a Vault-Tec office, and we're about to see something. I don't know what, but we're going to see something. And yeah, we did.
Okay, there's a dead body there. Yeah.
We absolutely do.
What do we got here?
Vault
Toilet R&D.
Also, you got a Nuka-Cola machine right there on the right.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm. And then right here on the right-hand side, oh boy, howdy. You thought it was Vault Agriculture R&D?
I love it, just all the R&D things. Like toilet, agriculture, maybe toilet. We need to make sure that we have the right toilet.
If you're putting people down in a vault, you got to make sure shit goes somewhere. And so I honestly approve of the R&D facility. Door engineering.
Okay.
I
mean, the doors are very, very particular in the vaults.
I mean,
the water chip R&D.
And then right there.
Oh, I missed that.
You missed the FEV.
I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Right. That so right there. I was like, wait. Did we just? What? What the hell? But yeah. No. Yeah. So multiple strains because it's not cold. Yeah. But I do love this one. I love this HR and R&D. They got the little. It's just like in the video games. You find the Pit Boy, the Vault Boy. Just I can't tell. Is that like a? Yep. Is that for intelligence? I can't tell. But hey, somebody grab it. Get that +1 to your special stats.
What is
I can't tell. It says
HR. Oh, I think it just HR R&D security. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this back here? Is this?
That's not
not Assaultron.
Not Assaultron. It's the Robo.
The big fucker.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, name I can never remember.
Yeah, I can never remember those sons of bitches either.
Yeah, these things are like the end credit scenes are just fucking Easter egg galore. I love it.
Oh, dude, very much so. Yeah, but now my brain is like, nope, I can't allow you to Sentry Bot. There you go.
Sentry. Yes, thank you. Okay.
Even my brain, I'm like, remember the conversation we had off recording where we're like, words are hard. We'll be sitting here
Yeah.
knowing something and being like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. But yeah, it's a perfect
SentryBot.
example.
Yep. SentryBot. Yep. Oh,
If you ever want to get into content creation, just remember you're going to forget things.
you're gonna
If
forget a
you
lot of things.
Remember that. If you remember that.
Small, just literally about this. So I recorded a video that I'm editing right now about my 12 days of Christmas achievement challenge that I did for True Achievement, and I listed every game that I played and every achievement that I got, and it was like over 50 games and over 100 achievements. And by the end of it, I'm like watching and editing, and I'm being like, I made so many. I just kept saying the wrong thing or just reading the wrong thing on the screen. Or like this achievement is called, and just like read out the description of it without saying what it's called. And then like this one says that I need to go kill 3 achievements, and it's like, the fuck it was. Maybe I should redo that whole bit, but I'm not going to.
No, it's perfect the way it is.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Like, I need to kill 3 achievements. What? Because
Yeah.
then you get people hooked. They're like, what?
I just
What are you
put
talking about?
like words on the screen, essentially being like, I need to kill 3 achievements, kill 3 enemies. You fucking idiot.
Mine I like to do future Gassy. Gassy's dumb.
Yeah.
I like,
There we go.
I'll
There we
put, sorry, Gassy's dumb. And it'll just like pop up on screen, just like full blown screen text, just like, sorry, I'm dumb.
That's pretty much what's here. That is episode 6, The Other Player. And the other player sure as shit seems to be the Enclave.
Very much. I mean, if it's not, then I got some questions because, the fuck. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm super excited where they're taking the season and how they've portrayed the life in the Wasteland and just everything they've done with this season. Because I've run into people who, like, I was wearing my Vault 645 shirt, like, because that's what, like, one of my buddies was like, you should name your Vault 645, and I was like, why 645? He's like, well, remember back in the day when we used to do leet speak, where the 6 is a G, 4 is an A, and 5 is a S? I was like, oh, that makes sense. But it's like just far enough off of the Vault-Tec symbol that it's like not copyright infringement.
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody walked by me, and I was at Lowe's, like in where I live. They go, huh, I've never seen that vault before. And I was like, oh, Fallout fan? They're like, oh yeah, I love the TV show. I've been thinking about playing some of the games because did you know that they got video games of that? I was like, yeah, they're pretty fun. I was like, it just depends on what you want to play. Because, dude, I was at an interview at the LA premiere event, and I got asked about what I'm most excited about, and my answer is still the same answer from season 1. And anytime somebody's asked, it's that somebody can see the show and fall in love with a franchise that I fell in love with when I first found out about it. Because we all have our first Fallout. We all have our first love. And you never forget your first time, whether it be Fallout 76, Fallout TV show, 3-1-2 Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel, whatever.
If it is Brotherhood of Steel, that's a bit odd, and I want to meet that person. But still,
or Van Buren Project. Maybe that was your first. When you were working on the project. If you were, my email's in my contact info. But it's one of those things that I'm just happy that, like, when I saw everybody got so mad over, like, oh, these new Fallout people, they're just coming from. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, these are future fans of a series that you love, that we all love. Like, I'm just happy that they're here now and can understand, like, oh shit, like, this is why we talk about Fallout. This is why we do this stuff. This is why we collect all the shit that we collect. It's because we love what we love. And now to have a new generation of people coming into this shit, like, hell yeah, let's go, buddy. Let's absolutely go.
Don't be the gatekeeper. Like, be the shepherd to be like, hey, you're liking the show and you're interested in the games? hell, ask me anything you want. I'll you know, we'll try to, let's figure out what game is going to be best for you. Because, yeah, maybe they're more of, you know, maybe they really love, like, fucking Diablo or something. It's like, okay, yeah, let's go back to the beginning. It's weird that they wouldn't know Fallout, but, you know, whatever. Oh, I like Final Fantasy Tactics. Guess what? Let's take Fallout Tactics. Let's give that a shot, you know? Oh, I want
that's
a multiplayer thing.
There's so much.
Here's 76. Yeah, like, I like one part of the altars. Here's Fallout Shelter. There you go. You know. So, but yeah,
it's there's so many ways to get new people into it, and I'm glad that the show is doing that. And to see the amount of love, like I saw people talking about how, like, at the Universal Studios bit for, like, the Fallout night, you know, with the horror nights and stuff like that. Like, I think it was Luke Stevens that was talking about how there were people in line that were talking about Fallout, and it was just like these 40, 50, 60-year-old folks just, oh yeah, love the TV show. They had no idea there was a game, but just to have that moment of like, oh, welcome in. This is just the beginning. And it's just like, oh, let's go. I get so excited and get so like, oh man.
I would be really, really curious if anybody if you're watching and you know somebody like this that would be willing to kind of, you know, come on to like Story Motors or whatever. I'd be really curious to talk to somebody whose only knowledge of Fallout is the TV show. Not necessarily that they don't know that there are games. You know, like they, now I know that there's a Fallout game. But like, as you're watching, because like you and I, you know, people who have been playing the games for forever, we're watching the series and we see SentryBot. We're like, oh my god, there's that. We see the letters FEV and we're like, oh my god, there's FEV. We see a meat bag. We're like, oh my god, Super Mutant. Like, if your only knowledge of Fallout is this TV show that you're absolutely loving and you haven't played any of the games, like how is this all hitting for them? You know, like what are they thinking? Like, why is Ron Perlman green? What the fuck is this? You know, like,
I mean, like, and the thing is they, you know, they wouldn't know like that he was the voice of Fallout. They like nobody, like you wouldn't know like that history. That would be amazing. I would love to see an interaction of like how a fan of the TV show that's never like played a game is enjoying the TV show.
Yeah, and like kind of what they're thinking.
Dude, imagine their theories on where it goes.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because they have no idea. They don't know about the Master. They don't know about Necropolis. They don't know about
they don't know what the fuck the Enclave is.
Yeah. They heard that
history there. Yeah.
You mean a grouping of like what? What's Enclave? What's going on here? Why is he wearing that goofy ass thing over his head? I don't know why, but why is House doing that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But if somebody out there's watching, or you know somebody, absolutely, I'd watch that.
I would if anybody, if you got any friends that are like, oh, I love this show, but I haven't played the game, like, let us know. I would be so interested to just give me your thoughts on the show. You know, give me your thoughts on the universe. Like, what are your theories? Nothing's wrong, obviously. Like, you know what you know because you're watching the show. And as much as as much as the people making Fallout are Fallout fans and they're making it for Fallout fans, they're also very clearly making a show that's connecting with non-Fallout fans because it's so popular.
It's hitting home.
It's hitting with people that don't play video games. Like, it is. Yeah, so I'd be very interested to talk to that person. But Jason, Fargassier,
CC,
throwback to earlier.
Oh, oui.
What we've got 2 episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
What are your theories for the end of this season? Where do you think we end up?
So I believe I don't want it to happen, but I do not
another
want
nuke, right?
No.
Oh, okay, well, fair. Okay.
That can happen. That's fine. You know, it is what it is. You know,
fucking did, Shady Sands. Does every 20 goddamn minutes in West Virginia, you know?
I mean, hey, Scorch Beast Queen's reign is now ended. But like,
Scorched
I
Beast
think.
Quack. Scorched Beast Queen is back now. Yep. Yeah.
Damn, who launched C? Who launched Charlie?
God
We
damn
just
it.
got done with bro. We took out that Titan Ultrasight. But I have this thought in the back of my head that we're so close to the Ghoul actually finding his wife and his daughter, and he now knows where they're at, especially if your tracker theory, dude, that's fucking brilliant. He knows, and we won't go into like the next week on Fallout. We won't go into what we've seen so far on that. But part of me almost wonders if the Ghoul is around next season. Like, is something going to happen where he has to make the decision either to save himself or to save his family? And it's just, I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be around because they're setting up the plot with the super mutant, and also it's Walton Goggins. I mean, fuck you, like
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't get rid of him. But like,
You wouldn't want to.
it's no, you would. It's too much. Too many people love the Ghoul, but it's like part of me thinks we might leave on a cliffhanger, like where could he or could he not be dead? I think there might be something when he goes potentially if they do go into the vault this season, and he gets his wife and his daughter out, or does he even want to get his wife and daughter out? Like
Yeah.
he knows what the wasteland's like, or does he want to leave them there to be safe? But
Yeah.
like it
Maybe
almost makes
maybe
me
that's
wonder,
the decision he has to make.
and that's the cliffhanger we're left
Yeah.
on is him with his hand on the cryo chamber, just like, and then it fades to black.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. I genuinely, I think we're going to get a pretty big showdown between Hank, the Ghoul, Thaddeus, Maximus, getting their way into whatever's going on. The automated man will probably turn into a security force, just like the Securitrons. My question is, we've seen in previous episodes in the end credit scene where they show the same tube that House was in, but this one was not underground, but they show it with a bullet hole in it.
Yeah.
So my question is A, who the hell does Coop give cold
Yeah.
fusion to?
Yeah.
Because now he's in possession of it. So did he actually give it to House? Which I don't think he would, but at the same time, where the hell did it go? Because it's Moldaver doesn't have it, because if she had it, then she would have had it at Shady Sands.
Yeah.
Unless she lost it. But like, I don't know. It's very much up in the air, but I think there's going to be a huge deciding factor of, does the Ghoul let his daughter and wife, if they're in that tube? There's something there that's telling me they're not there. That's got their names on it. But when we see the tube, it is iced over. But every single one of them's iced over.
Yeah.
And there were people in those too. So,
Yeah.
but I think that's going to be the deciding factor.
But we also know from season 1, or at least we were told, so maybe Bud could have been lying, but you can reuse them. Because remember, when Norm is down in 31, Bud's like, yeah, you can die, or you can go back in there and I can freeze you and I'll wake you up when you're good. Mm-hmm. So, unless he was lying, which he very much could have been lying to Norm. But, so, like, that could have, maybe they were there, but now whoever's there is not them, or at least it was just
right,
them.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen technically the cryo system be turned off and turned back on again in 4. Mm-hmm. Or at least we think we saw that. That could be just a synth being charged to see, never know how that all goes. I still don't find it strange that dog meat can take all that damage. And also, there's just this friendly dog sitting there right there at Red Rocket, just like, oh, hey guys, I'm just a little old dog here to help you. Hey buddy. But yeah, no, I think there's going to be, if they're in there, I think it's going to be a really tough decision of like, do I or don't I bring them into this I know where they're at. My mission has been to find them. I've now found them.
So, like it's interesting you say that. One of Mike's thoughts here. Now let's go through Mike's really quick.
Yeah.
First
Thanks, Mike.
one. Yeah, thank you, Mike. We love
Hope
you,
you
Big
found
Mike.
that Vault.
Yeah. It says, I love that we got Barb's perspective, and I love that we saw her internal conflict play out, which we talked about. And they did a brilliant job of that. Of you for a while you thought Barb was just like playing Cooper, but like we were all fucking wrong, and she might be one of the biggest heroes in the show. Read the thing about Hank. He's a goddamn monster. He's following his own fucked up yet logical code to do evil. The fight in the workroom says it all. I didn't read that earlier because we weren't there yet.
Right.
Bringing the Wasteland peace at the expense of the humanity of it. Yep. Next up, specifically, Cooper cannot die because he does not consent. He will die once he ensures the safety of his family like the tragic hero he is. So whether or not the safety of his family is making sure that they are there and they are staying in stasis until maybe one day the world is back to somewhat normalcy, or bringing them out and then he has to die or something. Yeah, but Cooper Howard will not die until he's seen his family and knows that they are safe as they can be.
Right.
And I asked him, he said, Maximus and Thaddeus have had very different experiences in the Wasteland. Max saw that there are still good people out there who want to do good. Thaddeus saw that everyone is trying to get theirs and that the smartest asshole lives the best, which is essentially what their conversation was. Like, yeah, good people are rich. We can be rich and we can be good. But all we have to do is sell this thing.
I think Maximus is going to give the Ghoul cold fusion.
Yeah.
I think Maximus is going to hand it over to him, and is that a play by the Ghoul to ensure that he can get in there to see his? Because it's just be like into a little ring camera on the vault, be like, huh, what's this? It's cold fusion. Let me in. You missing this from 200 years ago, fucker?
Yeah.
So like. You could, because if he could draw that little bit of like anger out of Hank by saying, I think I took this from you 200 years ago. Want it back? And like it start this whole war down there, or there's so many fucking things they could do.
Well, I asked him, I was like, do you think Thaddeus is going to try and steal the relic from Max to sell it? And he says, I don't think so, but if he does, I wouldn't be surprised if Hank was somehow involved. Like if Hank got to him somehow.
Right.
Next up, Dog. He's a little high as he's writing these. Dog meat want hat. Equip him with hat. It's also way smarter than anyone is giving him credit for. Example, taking Cooper's hat. Dog meat knew that he'd run into someone who'd know that hat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
true.
Something's coming in.
And also, Dog is correct. Dog want hat.
Dog want hat.
Dog get hat.
Dog get hat. Dog want hat. Dog get hat. Dog save Ghoul.
Mike Wright.
Mike good. Big Mike Wright. I need more super mutants, but goddamn, that was quality use of the super mutant.
It was, dude. Like,
yeah.
if you're only going to put the super mutant in for like as much time as they did, they fucking did it right. They oh my god, that's why they get paid the money they do.
I don't think we see Super Mutant again until next season. No. And I think that's kind of the fucking way to do it. Like it's because now like that's your tease is like what the for going back to people who haven't played the games. What the fuck is this war that's coming? What is this guy? This other I've seen a ghoul. I've seen the things that are mutated. It's ghouls, and then there's feral ghouls. What is this thing now?
The only time they've seen a super mutant in the TV show was the potential hand at the Enclave facility on the gurney. So, and that that's just a hand. That's just like a wrought hand. They don't know.
Well, you see the hand, and then earlier in the season we saw an alien body. So it's like, oh, that was just an alien. That's all it was.
That's that I will say that the Brotherhood of Steel chapter just found ancient relics, an alien body. And I know, I get it. The East Coast Commonwealth, it stretches so freaking large. But they just found all this shit, and they're just like, fridge, let's go.
Yeah.
Cold food.
Fucking icebox. Hell yeah.
Let's go. I'm like, dude, this is brotherhood. I know a lot of people didn't like that episode by the way it portrayed the Brotherhood of Steel, but I'm like, dude, this is, yep, you know what? This is a disheveled, like, Brotherhood of Steel chapter. They don't have anything, and they're finding all these new toys.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real. If I was in their shoes, I'd probably be like, fuck yeah,
I get
ice
it.
cold.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing was the thing about Chet that we already kind of talked about. So, yeah, 2 more episodes to go.
Dude, I'm excited. I can't wait. And we get it early. We
Do
get
we?
it fucking early this week. Yeah. The next episode.
Is it coming out like on Tuesday at like 6 o'clock or something?
I think it's Tuesday at like 6 or something like that. I need to find it on my, because even my wife, after I saw it, she said something to me about it. Let me go up here real quick and look over just to see. Yeah, it's January the 27th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 9 p.m. January 27th for
All
Eastern
right.
folks like me.
All right, yeah.
I'm so watching that damn episode before I go to bed, though. I think that might be a mistake if I watch that episode before bed, because then I'm going to be like, fuck, I can't go to bed now.
Yeah.
Baby, I got to talk to you.
I gotta stay up and wait until next week to see the fucking last one.
Somebody hand me a stim pack. I'm going to be up all damn night. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for that one. Yeah, and the
Yeah, air date.
the handoff
Available on Tuesday, January 27th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and actually, I think we can...
So I'm
video.
super excited. I am so very excited to have that come out and just like sit there and be like, okay.
Who is he giving this to?
I mean, and the thing is like, I don't know if you want to talk about the next week on episode. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Oh, I think we did it earlier.
Okay, we did, but like we just looked at it. We didn't really talk a lot about it.
Yeah.
But seeing Steph run like that, like Chet just said something or just exposed her, or what did she find in that box?
Yeah.
Like that's some questions that it's like, oh no, we did talk about it. Shit, I've slept since then. But yeah, like that's what
I was trying to see if maybe
says.
yeah. No,
yeah.
we talked about it kind of earlier on. We just couldn't show it because for whatever reason, like OBS wouldn't show the Amazon screen. But yeah, we pulled up the screenshot of that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited. 2 more episodes, dude. 2 more.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
As long as the dog gets a hat, Mike will
Dog
be
want
happy.
hat. Yeah.
Dog get
Jason, for the maybe once again the 1-2 people that are watching this not from your audience, tell people where to find you, what you do.
I'm on YouTube. It's basically, you just type in the word Fargassier on Google. You'll see that I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. It's all the same name because, good Lord, making your name different is just asking for a disaster. But I try to make gaming fun. I work in education, so I'm here to have a laugh. I'm just a dude who enjoys playing video games, whether it be Fallout, Witcher, like any survival game or anything like that. It's mainly Fallout 76, and it's a game I love. And honestly, it's a game that I'm very happy I came back to like 4 years ago. But yeah, I thank you for having me on, Robert. Appreciate you, bud.
Thank you so much. We are, because this was episode 6, right? We figured that out. We decided that.
This I do believe was episode 6.
We are 6 for 6 now. 2 more to go.
Let's go.
2 more episodes to make sure we had 8 incredible fucking guests, and we would love to have you on the podcast again one day just to talk about fucking
anytime,
video games, anything.
Like I tell everybody, my DMs are always open. All you gotta do is I'm probably the easiest person to ever work with, because it's just like, hey, you got anything going on this date? Nope. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, just tell me time. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been an absolute pleasure, and hopefully Mike will find that vault and
Yeah.
not be too terribly mad. You might want to get depending on if he has a dog, you might want to go just to a prop store and pick up a dog hat.
Oh,
or
he's
something
yeah.
like
He's
that,
got a
just
couple
to-
dogs. I'll get dog hat.
Okay, yeah.
Dog want hat.
Yeah, just
we get dog hat.
Dog get hat.
Dog get hat. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, and we'll see you guys next week. Episode
Peace, y'all.
7.
7.
Yeah. That's how numbers work.
Spreading all around with a Geiger counter in my hand.
I'm going out to stake me some government land.
Uranium fever has done and got me down. Well, I had a talk with the AEC.